come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brunch with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brunch with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Yes, we are the trending topic. Free relationship profits. Brunch with the boys, we the highest. Brunch with the boys, we the highest.
What's going on? It's your boy King Des here. Another episode of Brunch with the Boys. I'm so happy to be here this evening. What's going on, fellas?
Jeezy, y'all already know what it is for me.
Hey, it's Mr. Jen out here. And we have the wonderful opportunity, this is kind of our sis.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Partner in crime.
Definitely partner in crime. Yeah. We have no other than the magnificent, the glorious.
Drum roll.
The beautiful.
Beautiful. Fine. Posh. From the Posh Sessions Podcast.
Hey, guys.
Straight out of Old Town, man. Yeah. We love the Old Town link up right here, so we got that in full effect. So, Posh, thank you. Always great for you to grace our halls over here. So
I'm excited. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, man.
This was due.
But all our shit been epic though, so we always
have fun. We keep it real.
Yeah. Real quick before we start, it's the Christmas spirit about to come up and play. So Brunch with the Boys, we partnered with City Church out of Heathrow, and we basically took the request for 3 single mothers and their children, and we took their Christmas list for their kids. And
that's awesome.
We have now.
That is amazing.
We're gonna send that over to them this Sunday, and so we like to do something every holiday, and we definitely want to give a quick shout out to all the single mothers. It's the hardest job out there.
Oh yeah.
So shout out to y'all, and happy holidays to you and all of them beautiful kids.
And beat them. You got to beat them.
That's awesome.
Beat them. Just because you loving them, mean you don't beat them.
Standard protocol.
Let's wait till after Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Give them the holiday off, bro. Come on, bro. Come on.
So y'all ass whoopings had schedules.
Yeah, right. But you hope for better for the future.
Okay.
So what's been going on with you lately, Posh? What you excited about right now?
It's too much to get into. It's just this year has been a lot.
Yeah.
But we still bobbing and weaving and shit like that. So
Isn't that life right there, bobbing and weaving?
Literally, I had this conversation with my therapist.
Yeah.
I was like, life is beating my ass, and
Yeah.
I'm tired of fighting back. And he was like, why are you fighting back? Just bob and weave.
Bob
And
and
I'm
weave.
like,
It's literally what we have to do every day. If we really think about it in different ways every day, right? But it's bobbing and weaving.
That's why I want to get. But I think we put that on ourselves. I think that society has. I won't get too deep, but I think society has put a bunch of expectations on people, and not one of them are really about your true happiness. It's about being a part in the cog in the wheel, which is why once I'm done with this rat race in a few years, man, I'm going to South America or Central America, and y'all never hear from me again. I'm gonna live a very simple life, but till then, you're right. We got to bob and weave.
So like we never gonna hear from you again?
I mean, y'all hear from me. Y'all got to come see me.
Come on, you already know.
Y'all got to come see me.
I don't trust them.
I'm not. Look, I'm gonna be in Colombia, Costa Rica. That's where y'all gonna find me. I promise you.
oh, this
I
nigga's
hope you
going
go
where the hookers
Costa.
are.
Oh, don't do
I
it.
don't need to go nowhere to get no girls, so I wouldn't.
He'll
I
probably
didn't say that. I say you going where the girls are.
It
I
is
say you
true.
need
It
to
is
do
facts.
it.
Yeah, but
He
that's
could
not,
get him a
That's not what I'm
legitimate
going there for.
in-town girl and start afresh, and she's pure, right?
Yeah.
Listen,
No, not
that-
pure.
That woman exists, right?
Do you really want to? Do you?
Okay, I don't mean that she's
you
a
want to
virgin.
be the fourth nigga always.
No,
you don't ever want to be the
that's
first.
true.
or
I
second.
don't want to be. I mean virgin. I just mean that she's not hoeing it out like for the money.
But
Prostituting.
boy, that's gonna be tough.
Damn, to find one of those. Damn, they start that early, so you got to get them at what 18, 19?
Boy, that's late.
Right, I was gonna say, what you
Oh
talking
my
about?
God.
Probably fit by 14. 15.
Oh my God. I hope you're
into
joking.
life. They
I
get into
clearly
life.
don't know how it's going down over 14.
No, they got
I
laws
watch a
out
lot
there.
of A&E. A lot of A&E.
man.
A lot of
Is that what it is?
documentaries. Yeah, so I feel pretty well versed on the topic of
Oh wow.
juvenile prostitution, but
I'm
we'll
not
keep
quite
it
sure if
moving.
that's where you want to have your
Yeah.
PhD, but I hear you though.
Yeah,
What we
yeah.
talking about today?
So we're gonna we want to talk about something that we have actually mentioned many times in other sessions. We talked about submission and the importance of it, the role that it plays, how it works, and we thought, man, we never really dove into it deeply. So we want to attack submission from every angle, and that's what we're going to do. All right. So I definitely got to define it, right? Submission simply means to put the needs and wants of the other before your own. When a woman submits to a man, it means to be willing to allow him to lead when there is a disagreement, provided that his leadership is reasonable and just. This is submission.
Why am I here again?
Hey, listen, I see the submission in you, Posh. I know they don't, you know what I'm saying? But I see it in you. And I know the right man can tame you, girl.
So let me ask you a question, just out that vein, Posh.
Yeah.
So you've never been in a relationship with an individual where you said they have so much of my support and my belief and my trust that I'm willing to, even when I might feel differently, I'm willing to, and if you don't want to use the word submit, that's fine, right? But I'm willing to go along. I'm willing to go along with,
okay.
right? Okay. So
Say
you're
a word.
willing
Like
to
it's
go
a
along
curse
with
word,
their
like-
thing to its
Right.
definition.
Feminine, like submission. If you don't like the word, we can change it.
Have you ever been there? Like, you've never felt that in your life?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like nothing good has ever came from me listening to a nigga.
God.
That's just me.
Hold this knife for me.
I need a drink right now.
Jesus.
Nothing good
Nothing.
has ever came of it.
I started sweating immediately. Yeah, dang.
Man.
No, she said nothing.
Nothing?
But see, the thing about the definition, if his leadership is reasonable and just, to me, it's about including the woman. I always believe in order to lead, you have to also consider what you're, you know what I'm saying, the person you're leading and the others you're leading.
And how they like to be led,
And-
right?
Exactly.
Servant
So-
leadership, dog. You know what I'm saying?
because you have to attack every person different, right? So as long as he's including you in the decision, is it really him leading you on his own? Isn't it essentially a joint effort?
He's
It
just
is.
the CEO. Just think about it like that. You just the VP.
See, like, long
the
story
COO.
short, I don't have a problem with submission. It's something that I actually saw growing up. So it's actually very second nature, believe it or not, for me to submit. I don't have a problem with it at all.
Dang, we're not gonna have to work this hard, guys. I thought we were going to, but it's going.
Now, it just,
We are actually, because I know that you resist it. When we said
But you
submission,
got you got homegirls that don't easily
and not
do
even,
that.
but I think I saw your face cringe, girl, like something like submission. Like, don't curse at me. So what is it about it, submission now that bothers you?
I don't have a problem with it. I
Okay.
really don't. I think that as I've gotten older, I've just realized that, because like I said, for me, it was like I grew up in a 2-parent household.
Yeah.
So
Shut up.
growing up, I saw what a functioning household was like. Like I saw the marriage and, you know, what a husband and a wife is. And the way that my mom has always explained it to me is the man is the head of the household, but just know that the women, we're the neck.
Yeah.
We turn this motherfucker wherever we want. It's about how you go about it.
Right.
So it's actually very, like I said, it's actually very second nature for me, like to know how to get what I want.
Your mom's wise, man. Wise.
Yeah, she really is.
I just feel like an asshole, but I have to say it. Technically, the brain is in the head, so we still control the neck. But go ahead. Let's stick
I
with
mean-
that analogy. You know,
I just think that, you know,
my neck goes where the fuck I tell it.
Unless you ain't the neck.
Yeah. Hey, so
Well.
okay. So you
I mean, I've also heard you can give neck and get your way, but that's a story for another
maybe
day.
that's what they mean. Maybe that's what
Maybe
they
that's
mean.
what she
Yeah.
meant. Who
Yeah.
knows? All these years later.
Dang, moms was giving that
was
guap guap.
giving that game.
The 3,000, no.
No, it's probably 1,000 at that time.
1,000. So,
it's
but let me say this though. So I think actually a lot of women have difficulty with what we're talking about with submission, because I think for a number of reasons. I think first and foremost, it's a bunch of, and Posh kind of alluded to this, right? It's a bunch of no good, no responsibility taking, no support providing ass niggas out here, you know, engaging with women, right? And I think socially, women have gotten to a point. That's why and I'm not passing judgment or making a decision, but what I'm saying is you'll have women with 3-4 kids, but they gay. Or they don't like men. Look, at one point you did, and I think a lot of women have lost faith in men.
Oh, yeah,
and their
absolutely.
ability to do what men are supposed to do. And so they're like, I'm not fucking with this shit anymore. And I'm damn sure not submitting to a nigga who don't really provide or don't really do what he's supposed to do. And I think that's more women than not nowadays, unfortunately. I mean, these women nowadays can't cook.
Yeah.
They can't do any of the things. And I'm not trying to be sexist or any of that stuff for y'all send me the fucking comments. But what I'm saying is there are traditional roles that have proven successful for men and women. And I think over the last generation or so, we've gotten away from those traditional roles for a number of reasons. One of which, dudes not doing what they're supposed to do.
I was gonna say a lot of times what I encounter with my homegirls as far as like the submission topic or just being told what to do.
Shouldn't look at it that way, but go ahead.
Like I said, like for me, it's like I just really can't relate because I grew up with a dad. And I hate to say it that way, but I stay dragging the fuck out of niggas because I feel like y'all started this.
Yeah.
You don't stick around. You made a kid with somebody. You ain't stick around to really show them how it's done, but then you want to turn around and expect a bitch to submit to you. Like, my nigga, you wasn't even a man to begin with.
Right.
Yeah.
How you want daddy's little girl to grow up one day and be a woman and look at a man and say, this is what I want for myself, when you wasn't even there to show her what the fuck a nigga's supposed to do for her to begin with?
I agree. I do think, though, that a great number of women aren't making it easy for men to stay around. Now, I don't want to make that sound like a cop-out because I think those niggas, you got to do what you got to do. You fight through whatever to be around and have a relationship with your kids. But some women make life so difficult. Living with someone is so hard. If someone's nagging you, you hear that from men all the time, a woman who nags. If she's constantly on you in that negative way, it makes the environment so toxic, you're just going to leave. And it's sad, but men have that opportunity in a way that women don't, see just the way it is. I don't know why that is.
I'd be so quick to leave.
Yeah,
the
I mean,
kids
that's
with him.
actually happened. I've seen women do that.
What?
Leave their kids and leave their husband, and the man just got the kids. That happens all the time, but
Mood.
not as often. Yeah.
Mood.
Hey, that's tough.
Mood.
Nah, I'll tell y'all, my son. I was gonna say a close friend of mine. He's my friend, but it's my son. My son has a friend who is his best friend and a little brother that live with the dad. And essentially what happened is, my understanding is one day the wife got up and was just like, yo, it's just not for me.
Happens all the time.
I
Yeah, it
swear
was
to God.
It happens all the time.
And these boys, they with their dad. I'm here for y'all if y'all ever need me, but
you know that nigga, man.
I gotta like
you
him.
see the idea of a woman leaving you when you think, because he probably thought his shit was straight. You know what I'm saying? And she left you. That should have fucked with you.
You think so? That would bother you?
For a minute, for sure. And when I say a minute, I mean I don't mean years. But the initial reaction, like, dog, I'm a dope nigga, and this bitch left me. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't
that shit
think
would fuck with me.
so. I think that girls leave niggas all the time. Now, leaving him with the kids, that's taking that shit to the next level. And I stand.
And that's what we're factoring in, the kids. That shit tough. That shit tough.
Being a good mom is overrated.
Yeah, you ain't lied about that. So the thing about the thing about submission is, and you fellas can talk about this. Yeah. It makes you feel like a man, like a woman who submit to you makes you feel more masculine than you would otherwise. Would you agree?
Yeah. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
But I was trying to think of something. I was like, nah, it doesn't necessarily. Nah, but if I'm being honest, like when a woman's like, yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah. That shit softens you and it strengthens you at the same time.
Make you feel good, dick hard like bull.
You'll do
you know
anything for her. You'll move a mountain right
no
now.
Doubt. No doubt. Because she would do anything for me.
Yeah. And that's what she made you feel like,
Straight up.
Yeah, no, that's facts. I can't say nothing to that, man. I mean, who doesn't like a designation like king and
That's overused. Though.
I'm just saying. But that,
I don't know if it's used
I'm
enough.
talking about
the bitches
feeling
like to
of
call
it, though.
every nigga in public king, right?
Yeah, I'm just talking
King,
about
yes, young king, but they go home and yeah, Carl, shut the fuck up, Carl. Like, dog, you know what I'm saying?
Dumbass nigga.
Yeah.
Right,
In
right.
fact,
More like that,
you ain't
yeah.
no king at the house. You know what I'm saying?
You
But
little peasant.
I think it's more
Yeah,
about
Joker
I
ass.
think it's just more about the feeling of that royal feeling. You know what I'm saying? Someone that entrusts you in such a way that, you know what, you can't help but to feel elevated somehow. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that the independent woman, this masculine energy that so many women possess now, do you think that's kind of changed the submission game? Like, bitch, I'm too strong to be submissive. Like, that's beneath me.
A woman saying that or believing that?
A woman, because they're independent. They're doing everything on their own. I don't need a man. You know what I mean? They got their career. They got everything. They got the kid. And a lot of hoes really these days, and this is kind of a side note, I'm just going to have a kid. I don't need a man. Like, they just having their own family and shit, but then they mad at niggas.
Any of that. I don't agree with any of it. Because the truth of the matter is, like, like I said, like growing up, there was a certain example that was set. And also, it's like there's still fruit to this day of that upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Now, fast forward, I go out into the world. Now, I feel like for me, it was so weird because a lot of girls these days, they grow up with this thing of like, you know, they grow up in a single mom household and they tend to hear a lot like, oh, these niggas ain't shit. So they grow up with this notion where you don't need a man, right?
Yeah.
But I just feel as though it's not necessarily that I need one, but I want one. This is how it works. Like you are supposed to do what I can't do, and I'm supposed to come in and compliment and do what you can't. So I don't believe in this whole like, oh, I'm independent and I'm having kids and I'm doing all of these things. I mean, you can, but is it supposed to be like that? Is really like the question. Like, is it supposed to be like that? Because as a single mom, I can attest that both the niggas I chose when I was younger, and I tried the whole like mimicking what I grew up. Because that's the thing. Like my dad set too good of an example.
Yeah.
For sure.
My dad.
Every nigga falling short.
My dad is such a superhero to me that it's like I don't even know that I'm ever gonna meet somebody that matches up with my dad.
Do you know of anything wrong that your dad ever did?
Yeah, my dad is really bad with finances.
Okay.
And he's a crybaby.
So the second
Don't
part
do
was
that to Poppy,
unnecessary.
don't do that.
Yeah, the second part was
Don't do that to
unnecessary.
Poppy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Men
yeah.
have
We love you,
feelings.
Poppy.
Men have feelings too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but you know.
But did
Tighten up.
Did that ever change your perspective on him saying, hey, you're saying he's a superhero. He's this great dad. This is what I want my man to be potentially.
Right.
But my dad is fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's human.
Okay.
There's not. It's
So
not,
then you
it's
have
not
a
gonna
realistic
be,
view then. That's
yeah,
what I
like
wanted
it's
to
not
know.
gonna be something like nobody's gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do
yeah.
know that. I mean, even statistically speaking, right? A
Yeah.
two-parent household, the success rates of,
Of course.
children
Facts.
to become more functioning members of society
Yeah.
are way higher. So even with
You're
a
looking
woman,
at three niggas right here. You're looking at four. You know
you're
what I'm
right,
saying?
you're right.
Like
We all
benefited from.
Yeah,
that.
we have two. Yeah, you're right.
So,
You're right.
Yeah. So then it's like, you know, I have kids now. You know, my kids' fathers weren't, because I walked into the game naive. If anything, I'm thinking everybody's like my dad. How fucking crazy was that?
Yeah.
That's the
So
problem.
when I
Yep.
first
Your dad
met-
should have told you that's not the case. He slipped
did.
up. Yeah. Okay.
He did. He would have those talks with me
So
like
you
men
ain't
are
listen.
animals.
Yeah.
Men. But it was like, how
Good
are you
dad.
guys
Yeah.
animals? You know, like you're not an animal. I
Yeah.
didn't even comprehend. Even when he would tell me certain things, I didn't get
I was
it.
graphic with my daughter. I say they just want to fuck you. They want to.
That's real. I'm gonna do the same
They
thing.
want to
She
be
knows.
inside of you
But-
by any means
Of
necessary.
course, but he would say things like that. But
Yeah.
again, it's like when you're, how can I say, like repetition is the key of learning. When you're
Yeah.
seeing one thing day
Yeah.
in, day out,
Yeah,
his
it
message wasn't
overrided.
really
No, it overrided.
Because you
resonating,
saw
'cause-
one
Yeah.
thing and he's telling you another, and there's no way to know until you know.
Right,
Yeah.
until I know. So
Lesson
then it was
learned.
like, I turn around, fast forward, I have kids with niggas that,
Yeah.
you know, and I can sit here and I can say as an independent woman, I've worked, I've busted my ass, I got money, I got businesses, I'm raising the kids by myself. My baby daddy's trying to put me on child support. But I'll
Damn.
tell you what, the one thing I haven't been able to fucking replace is the fact that my daughter knows that her dad isn't a part of her life.
Yeah.
Ain't no amount of money in the world can fix that.
Nothing
Yeah.
can change it.
And
As
you
a
wish
matter-
that
Boy, that's a
you
hard
wish
one
she
to
could
hear,
have
boy.
that more than any of the other.
It's a hard
things.
one.
Of
here,
course,
bro.
because
You had
my
it.
dad, like I said, my dad is a superhero. My dad is my first love. Anything that I know about love and relationships is
Yeah.
because of my dad, more than even my
Damn, girl,
mom.
you warming my heart. You,
So it's
you-
like, you see, so when I get to
I'm with
submitting,
you,
baby,
brother.
and I'm playing.
she called.
from a
Hey,
very
when Posh
warm
call
and
you daddy,
wonderful
nigga, it
place.
hit you all the way to your heart.
Method acting right now. She brings herself here so she can method act. She's
dog,
like, okay, this is how I'm finna go
But you
get
know
this
what's
nigga.
so crazy though?
Yeah.
I sense this energy
Yeah,
in you.
it's in there.
You're natural. I think what the world gets, you know, if you follow her IG, it's
Or
like,
podcast.
yeah, seriously. Oh, I mean, if you stalk her low key, you know, every Tuesday and Thursdays for me around 7 p.m. But no, but if you
Jergens in
take a
hand.
look, nah. I prefer real lube, nigga. Like I got money, nigga. I'm straight. But
Coconut
no,
oil is better though, but go
It
ahead.
is. It is.
You know,
It is. I see
FDA
right.
approved.
Don't leave me hanging. Just,
No GMOs.
no, it's
organic.
real GMO.
We can't touch after that.
But no,
though.
if you take a look at first glance, you're like, oh yeah, bad bitch, independent. You know,
Yeah.
no, she'll never take no shit from a nigga. But I always underlying sensed a submissive woman. And hearing this story, girl, you spoke to my heart, girl.
You know what? And I feel
Hug
like
your daughters.
And if you tell me this story, maybe I might eat booty. Remember y'all asked me what would make you see? I
quite
need
You said you
a.
only did it 2 times, right?
I said never, but what I did, but I said you could never say no because dog, a good story like that, You know what I'm saying? That shit might soften me. I'm eating ass all of a
He
sudden.
didn't need the story. He didn't take
No,
much
I
for
know.
him.
Come on.
Nah.
He just had to get a go. He was ready to go.
No, I felt those vibrations a long
Yeah.
time ago. I would have done it. Yeah.
Robbie said he like to put his nose in it,
I
I
believe
have no
that.
issue with
You
it.
eat
You
all
know,
day
you-
ass?
like right after work.
Oh, bro.
I mean,
Don't
would
got to. We
would
want the
I-
real.
would
We
I
want the
said
real.
I mean. When the nigga say I mean,
Would
that's
I
the
do
answer.
it? Yes, I would do it.
Have
I
you
mean,
done it?
I'm sure I have.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. I
No,
can't have
Can't
that.
remember the last
Before
time,
we
but
move
he's
on,
sure
though.
he has.
But my homeboy, dog, he said when his girl comes from the gym, he don't want her to shower.
Yeah, but I get that for the pussy, but the ass?
No, I don't even get that in general, but you know, it's where the spirit takes you. You know what I'm saying?
It's the flavor, it's the seasoning.
No, it's not. This is not sazon, bruh. It's just it's just happened to be like.
Anyways,
that.
keep it moving.
All
Y'all
right,
mad.
so-
No, but before we go on
Go
that,
ahead.
I really want to ask you this question because I mean, you are an independent woman, and you I think have kind of indicated to us that like, okay, I don't know if any man could really just take the place or meet that expectation of my father, but if you reframed it and you found a dude that was on your level, surpassed your level, not just financially, but mentally, physically, spiritually, do you think at that point you could open yourself back up to think like I could submit myself to that person?
She did it twice.
Absolutely.
She did it twice
No,
already.
No, I'm
Not
we're talking-
necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I
Being
don't
pregnant
think
by a
she
nigga
did.
don't mean you submitted.
That
to
don't
him.
mean that you submitted.
I tried. I mean, initially, my first kid was what? I was 17 going on 18. I was with him. What?
That doesn't
Really?
count.
Maybe
Your
too
brain-
early.
your brain
Maybe
wasn't
too
fully
young.
formed.
But
Yeah.
I was still mimicking the behavior that I saw in my house.
You were
Like,
playing
maybe
house right there at 17. Facts.
Mentally,
Yo, my
even
God.
though I didn't fully grasp and understand what
Yeah.
I was signing up for with the
Yeah.
whole like marriage thing,
Yeah.
but I knew what I was supposed to be doing in the
Yeah.
house and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Then I moved to Florida. I met my second baby daddy, and I tried to submit.
Yeah.
But
He made it hard.
when you start seeing, you're supposed to be the head of the household and you're supposed to be leading us a certain way, and it's just not going that way. You don't at some point you're like, yo, dumbass, like, what are you doing? Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not listening to you no more.
And it's hard to, speak on this because obviously we're not going to get into detail, but you hope that your man is making decisions to benefit the whole family. And,
Right.
and sometimes it takes niggas longer. Remember a couple episodes ago, you said, give a nigga 5-6 years and wait on me while I fix everything I need to get right. You know what I mean?
You did say that.
was,
did.
but
You
he
want a
jumped on
patient
you. I
bitch.
think you're taking it out of context.
You want a
We
patient
are.
bitch.
We
Please
absolutely
explain.
are.
No, he took it. He's taking it.
We
out of
are. We
context,
are.
But it's
We
all
are.
right. That's not what I said.
Yeah, but to an extent, you were basically saying you should be patient with someone if they
Yes.
are making an effort to better themselves in a way.
If they're,
So
if
he's
they're
showing
making
you
an effort and progressing, I mean, they don't have to be there, but if they're progressing, I can jump.
Yeah.
I can jump on that train.
Yeah.
They don't got to be at their destination in 5 seconds flat for me to not want to rock with them. Like that's not me.
I think this is just my opinion. I'm not a female. I think there's a man, maybe multiple, but there's a man for every woman that says she doesn't think she
Oh,
could
absolutely.
do it. Right?
Yeah.
Every woman that's actually attracted to men who say, you know what, I don't know if I can find that. There's a man.
Yeah.
There's two things that have to be there, right? She has to be willing to accept that man when he comes into her life and the possibility of that happening. And that shit actually has to happen. Like there has to be a nigga that meets her requirements. Because I think what happens is a lot of niggas out here is in for the quick, hit it, and be out. Do you know what I'm saying? And they're not willing to put in the work that they need. And I think
because pussy been given out so easily lately, it's hard to want to put the work in when it's already so accessible.
it's fat. Why you rolling your eyes?
The market is saturated with the pussy.
It is.
Because is it Uchiwali or is it one mic? Like at the end of the day,
That
a man
Uchiwali,
knows.
that was my shit, girl.
It's like a man. I feel like that's such a cop out because I feel like a man already knows what it is that he wants from a girl. So whether I give it up the first date or I would give it up after 10 dates of making you spend your money on me, the result is gonna be the same. If all you wanted was pussy, then you out after you got it. Like that never changes.
I do agree with that to an extent because listen,
That's very idealistic.
Everyone has like a
not
finite
wrong.
amount of energy, right? Dog, men can't stay. Those type of men that got them bad intentions or that one single-minded intention, dog, they can't last a very long time on front stage, dog, because they putting on a show for you.
Yeah.
This
right,
is
to
why
get it.
I don't
So-
believe in answering DMs anymore because niggas will really be in
put
their
on a show.
DMs for 5-10 years and then you agree to a date and you realize this is why I wasn't.
There's a
supposed to
lot of
answer this
marriages
DM.
and families thanks to DM. So
No,
you know,
that's true. That's how I ended up in this relationship. It was all over a DM.
Facts.
But
it's just hard. Period. I mean, it's Russian roulette with whomever you choose.
Yeah.
So that's really what this comes down to. You know, but
people play characters.
Yeah.
Is that? But my response to that would be like, I agree with you. And is that new?
Yeah. Women do it. Men do it. Women do it too, though.
I think to a certain extent, everybody who's ever been in a relationship that wasn't fucking arranged by their parents puts on the front, right?
At least
because
initially,
because you put your
Until you
best foot
move in
forward
together.
and you expound on the things that you know the other person finds attractive in a potential partner, whether or not that's actually you or not. And then you figure once I get more than 2 or 3 hooks in their ass, and they find out who the real me is, they already committed.
The thing about that is
That sounds like some shit my baby daddy did, and he found out just like the other baby dad. That shit don't stop
out of there.
nothing.
I'm out of there.
Right, I'm out. I don't care.
But you have to date with intention. You know, I always hear them saying that from a woman's perspective, but even from a man's as well. You have to ask the right questions. I wouldn't ask a bitch on a date, what's great about you? I want to know, what do you hate about yourself? What have your exes said, man, this bitch really sucks at? Like, I want to know where you're deficient. Because the easy shit, the great
just
shit.
don't fucking listen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The great shit is the great shit. And
no choking.
Yeah, and if you ask, if you ask the questions the right way, you can get the truth. And I'm not saying she might not lie to you verbally, but body language, eye contact, man, you'll know exactly what's
You
what.
know what's crazy? I've never been on a date where I've been questioned. Like that would make me real uncomfortable.
You've never been on a date.
What do you mean?
That's all the date is.
You've never had a real man have a conversation.
That's all the
That's
date
what I'm
is.
talking about.
Because
That's
like
what it is.
just question. I don't
Bruh.
know. Like shit just flows a certain way, and we'll get those answers
It's still
organically
questions.
through conversation. I wouldn't necessarily.
I be having a plan of attack.
where it's like a questionnaire and
writing
shit.
it down and
like-
shit, but
I'm sure from the sounds of it sounds like you have like your top 5
I didn't.
questions.
I never wrote them down, but I found a website and it's
See-
163 questions.
See what I'm
And I
saying?
can get to you on every level, bitch.
yeah.
What? You
Ain't no
found?
Yeah.
way you asking me 161 questions.
Of course I'm not Dan. I'm
just gonna-
saying
he's
you
gonna
He
know
gonna
how to
think about
pick
the
and
next 3
choose
days.
the ones that maybe not
Gonna
3
pop
days.
it off.
It takes forever if you really went through all of them, but you really pick the ones that are gonna give you the answers that you're seeking. You want to know the truth, and if you're good at what you're doing, then you know what questions to ask, and you, no hoe could fool you at this stage. Damn, she might be right. But most hoes can't fool you at this stage. Can I get that? Damn, I can't even get that. Posh, I can't even get that, Posh. Posh, I can't even get most. Well,
Oh shit!
ignorance is bliss then. I can't argue with me on that.
Getting the right
She done backed
answers.
you
That
all the
nigga's
way
just
back down,
that
bro.
nigga's just getting lies at the end of that first date.
To some extent, I totally agree with you. But that's what I'm saying. I think you'll know when they do or not. All right, so
You hope.
yeah. Hey. So I had this statement here. Okay, there is more power in a woman's femininity than anything a man possesses. Would you agree? I truly believe
What do you mean by that?
a woman's femininity is so powerful. I believe she can get more from a man than a man could get from her with money or charm or masculinity. Like a woman's femininity can almost control a man literally. And I'm not, and I don't want to say every man and generalize in that way, but I want to say most niggas and even the toughest niggas.
It's
if
worked
he
for
met
me.
the right bitch,
I agree.
the hoodest, thuggest
Bruh.
nigga,
Bruh.
I bet is gentle
Say less.
as a damn
Say
flower.
less.
There's hood niggas out here with golds and dreads sucking toes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Shout out to them.
Yeah, and here he is here. He said, I mean, like sucking toes
I mean,
is
like-
that's a Tuesday. That's a Tuesday
That's
for
like-
him.
but I honestly do agree though. Like femininity is a strong tool, and if someone knows how to manifest that the right way with an individual and make
beautiful.
it feel genuine and make it feel like it's coming
gotta
from
be
a
genuine.
pure, like it's coming from a pure place, bruh.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, there's nothing that you won't do, nothing that
Nothing.
you won't try to figure out. There's like literally no wall that you may not walk or run through. Like that's how powerful it really can be.
So I agree with that. But what I would say is, I think if you ask women, right, a dude who is masculine in the truest sense of the word. I'm not talking about some macho thump my chest shit. I'm talking about like he makes you feel safe.
Not you Puerto Ricans.
Listen, I go to Puerto Rico too much. I fuck with y'all. Okay. Anyways, but He's there for you. He makes you feel reassured. He supports you even when you make the wrong decision, and he helps you get to the right place. I think a woman, I think you could find women that say a man with those qualities and characteristics are the inverse of kind of the equal to what you're talking about. So I don't know that it's sex-based. I think women respond to men who are truly men, and I think men respond to women who are truly women.
You would agree with this then, and I think this is what you're saying. Masculinity unlocks femininity, and if you are a true masculine man and a woman sees that and receives it, she is going to be the softest
everything,
with me. With you because of that.
That's exactly what
think
happens.
that femininity, that the level that I'm seeking only comes from something that you can give, you know.
But I would say too, and I'm gonna stop it. In my experience in my life, I don't know that a lot of women know what true masculinity, what true manhood is. And what I mean by that is, and listen, and maybe,
That's true.
and maybe I'm sensitive about what I'm about to say, but I think there are women who think that the manliest black man they can get is some goon ass nigga. And I'm not passing judgment on the niggas I'm about to describe, right?
Well, that's a dumb bitch too, though.
But I think, I think that's a lot of women, right? He got to be overly aggressive, dreads and goals, and like you're too clean cut and you're too educated.
Yeah,
like,
I would agree.
And I'm sure you know what I mean. During your life, there's probably women that have been like
properly and shit like that. I've heard all that ignorant shit at some point or another.
Right? You disagree with that, Posh?
Because you
laugh.
Those are young dumb hoes. Those are kind of young dumb hoes.
We're making a lot of assumptions.
Okay,
let's let Posh speak.
I love me a hood nigga, but
so she need a hood nigga.
No, but that what you're describing, that's like,
you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Because I don't know. I feel like if really we wanted to wrap all of this up, it sounds like niggas need to go raise their daughters so that they know what a real man look like.
Yeah.
That solves a whole lot of what we got
solves
going
the problem
back
of submission.
That solves the systematic issue.
Right, like really though.
Beyond submission.
That would solve a lot of problems in the minority community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but that ain't happening because niggas ain't doing what they supposed to do. Because it's a cyclical thing, right? It's a lot of grown men right now who didn't grow up with their daddies, right? And so that's their example. And so now their kids don't grow up with their daddies. And so the kids have kids that don't grow up with their daddies. Like,
no, that's systematic.
You know what I mean? That's the problem.
But I do agree. I think even though you may not understand it or be able to describe it, most women wouldn't be able to describe it. It's just like you wouldn't be able to describe why you feel the sun's rays, but you can feel that shit. I think it permeates enough for a woman to be able to feel masculinity in a space where you're just like, there's something different about this individual. And then they get attached to that different. And you'll feel it.
Let's just ask Posh, what's masculinity?
Yeah, what does it mean to you?
If you were to define it or describe it.
In your words.
In your own words.
I mean, it's definitely not a hood nigga, even though I love them. But
shout out to the hood nigga.
No, shout out.
So clearly, masculinity isn't as important as we just said it is because that's what she loves, but she understands that's not.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, when you say hood niggas, like the assumption becomes like, in my opinion, it's like an ignorant nigga, like a nigga who's still running the streets, you know what I'm saying, doing drugs, who's gonna eventually end up in that cycle where either this nigga's gonna show up one day and he gonna be dead, or he gonna get picked up by the feds. Either or, that's not something I want in my life. And I had somebody like that. So when I first moved to Florida,
it was fun too, wasn't it?
I used to be a stripper.
Yeah.
Did you really? Mm-hmm. Where at?
Shout out to the days that iPhones did not exist. People didn't even think to record.
No, I got the video.
You like
I got
you all the pixely shit that you was recording on what, Blackberries and flip
That's
phones
exactly what it was.
then?
I was there. I remember
you did have a Blackberry.
Hey,
I think you had a
Hey,
Blackberry.
Diamond.
It was actually Hypnotic, and it was Cabaret on OBT, which is now Stars.
Yeah, Stars.
Oh
now,
man, that's what's up.
That's where I used to work at.
Money
Money well spent, fellas. Money well spent.
I lived on OBT, guys.
You did, boy.
Yeah, dog.
Waterways?
The waterways back in the day, bro. I lived in
That's crazy.
Oh, I know the waterway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it was
did.
down the
Yeah, you
street.
did.
Yeah,
Some hood shit, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Some hood shit. Hey, don't look at me like that.
He almost lost his life.
He walked in there and he would take care of me. Like anytime he walked in, he would give me $500 to not work the rest of the night. And back in 06, that was good money. I was grossing what, $1,500 a week just off of one
You
person
just shooting
alone.
shit with him for the next 2-3 hours.
Yeah, just kick
That's
it.
what's up.
And the thing about it was, like, as much as I was attracted to him because of the lifestyle, at the same time I had the knowledge to know that this was not what I wanted permanently in my life.
Yeah.
Like, it was fun for the moment. I was all of 21, 22 years old. You want to come to Miami? You want to ride jet skis? Yeah. You want to come to New York? You want these diamond earrings? Yeah. You want to do this? Yeah. Like, I was all for it in the moment for fun, but I knew even then that wasn't sustainable. That wasn't what I wanted.
So what's masculinity to you now then?
Like, I just feel like I said, like, for me, the biggest example is always going to be like my dad, like somebody, and not just him, because my grandfather was a certain way. Like, when my grandfather passed away, I was maybe like 4 or 5 years old, right? And I remember as an adult, all these years later, you know, I visited my grandmother and I asked her, I said, Grandma, you know, Grandpa died when I was 4. I'm like 33, 34 at this point. Why didn't you ever remarry all these years later? You know what she said to me? She's like, are you crazy? She was like, do you know how your grandfather treated me? Nobody else is going to be able to fill his shoes. She felt about her husband the way I looked at my dad. And that to me was so incredible.
I've seen that
Like,
before.
That's
somebody
dope.
who's hardworking, somebody who's honest, somebody who's trustworthy. Like, I know for a fact, and this shit sounds crazy because people don't believe it in these days. I know for a fact my dad never has cheated on my mother. Ever.
Girl, you said
Ever.
we gotta let that marinate for a second.
Nigga, do you know what that shit sounds like in 2022 to say that nobody has
Honestly,
ever
call
them soft.
cheated on my mother?
Listen, I don't
That's
know
not
what that
even-
sounds like in 1982, nigga.
You Dominican?
Yes.
Yeah, that's extra. That's squared.
Yeah.
You got
I,
just
I don't
Man,
know
that-
what
it's like-
year that would ever make sense in.
You know how sometimes you be like, oh, she loves him more than than he loves her?
Yeah.
My dad, I feel like
I
my
actually
dad
believe you
loves
then.
my mom
I
more than
actually-
my mom.
If you got that vibe, I actually believe you. I've been in love a few times, and I know my dad. You know, my dad's always said, maybe it was our Uncle Glenn, always said, marry a woman who is in love with you more than you know you are her. And I understood why he said it. It made perfect sense. The time I was in love more than she was in love with me.
she was running shit.
She was running shit. And let me tell you, I'm glad I experienced that. You know what I'm saying? That was the last time I'd ever been a sucker, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But
Yo.
my point of the
Bit
matter,
much?
yeah.
Bit that?
But no, not at all, actually. You know what I'm saying? But my point of the matter is, I'm glad that I experienced that. You know what I mean? You can tell when it's different. You can tell when there's nothing you won't do. And when you really got that feeling, you're not thinking about another woman. You're so grateful to have a bitch. You know what I mean? To have her. You don't really think. I could see that. It's possible.
Like that's what I'm saying.
It's
Like,
possible.
for me, I feel like my generation and what I saw growing up is the last of the last.
Yeah.
I don't even understand what the fuck is going on outside these days.
Yeah.
I don't. And then when you compound the fact that, you know, I was raised in a church going family, like in a Christian home.
Yeah.
That took that shit to a whole nother
Yeah.
level
Facts,
because.
facts.
You know, you're supposed to, like, the order at that point, the chain of command is a man is supposed to love God and then his family. And his love for God is a direct reflection of how he treats his wife and his children.
There's a
You
biblical
understand?
verse for that for sure.
Yeah. So it's like when you were raised in that kind of environment, it's real. It's not even about submission. It's just like, I see you, nigga, and that's not what I want in my life.
Yeah.
Right.
It's in Ephesians, and it also says wives should submit unto their husbands as they would unto the Lord.
Right.
And a lot of chicks, boy, everybody love the Lord. You know, listen. Oh yeah, whatever you say, Lord, your will, but won't listen to their husband like that. You know what I mean? So
Churchgoers too.
Churchgoers. So you know
Same
these
way.
words are big and they're hard to live up to.
Man, that
Unto the Lord, that's basically like treating your husband like you would God. Imagine
then-
God walked in your
but
living
then
room.
The other side of that is that the man is supposed to love his wife
Yes.
and give himself for her the way that God gave himself for the church.
for the church.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
That's a
like
lot
a
of-
lot
that's
of
a
men,
lot to give.
a lot of men
Yeah.
want submission, but
You're
nigga,
right.
can you
But they don't
really
give.
back it up
Yeah.
the way?
Yeah.
Because it takes something.
well, you
And,
preach
and,
it.
that,
takes
and that
something.
goes to
Preaching.
show you, whenever I talked about submission, I always believed a man should submit to his woman first. Only then can he expect her to submit to him. And that's why I always feel comfortable talking about submission, because I know that I'm willing to submit. And
But
if
let me
you're
tell
not
you-
willing to submit, you can't.
And the big issue is, like, a lot of women look at submission as the mission. Like, I'm only going to give this to you after the fact, right? I'm not.
It's a
gonna,
reward.
Yeah, it's a reward. I'm going to give you after the fact, but they don't understand that it's actually admission, right? You need to give this first for me to actually unlock all the rest of this stuff. Because if you submit to me, then I'm going to do my
Dress
job
for
to
the
it.
job you want.
Yeah.
But should you? So you guys are posing that are putting forward that a woman should submit to a man without him having to do anything that
No,
shows
no,
him.
no,
worth.
No,
no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
saying
no.
That's
that.
what I'm trying to understand.
I
what
think
you're
we're
saying.
speaking more from
Just
the reference
generalities
of
the
since we were going down the path of wife and husband
Yeah.
and biblical. You know, I think he was speaking more
Yeah,
as
more
far
on
as
that
that.
part.
Like,
Because
there's
they
no
gotta
way
earn
you
it,
can
bruh.
expect a woman. Why would I marry you if I don't see a wife in you? So I
Right.
need to see that submission when we're not married. What's going to make me want to
To
marry
some
you?
extent,
Yeah.
that there's a possibility of it.
I don't
being
know
with-
that there should be any extent. I want to see it.
No,
fully.
there is supposed to be an extent because at that point,
'Cause
then what's
what's
the
the
point of
difference?
marriage?
I agree.
Correct.
I agree.
Correct.
And I don't mean 100%. And I don't want to, get too tied up in the percentage wise, but nigga need to see 50. I need to know what it would look like and not in theory because
You know what the
bitches be
problem is
upselling.
too? The problem is that the word submission has a negative connotation
It
to
does.
it.
Does, yeah.
It's
It
not
does.
necessary. Like I look at submission more like completion.
Yeah.
Like I'm completing what it is that whatever that goal is, I'm adding my
Right.
2 cents and I'm trusting you to lead me, but I'm completing what it is that you're starting. It doesn't make me less than you.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
I do.
I don't know. Like I said, like shit's scary out in
it
these
takes a
streets.
sense of vulnerability, and I think that's why a lot of women are afraid of it, right? Because let's say you give that, and you've said you've given it, and this person turns out not to be what they claim to be or what you anticipated for them to be, and the hit that's going to happen to your self-esteem, the hit that's going to happen in general, will have you just questioning, like, okay, I'm not sure if I ever want to actually expose myself again.
You're right. Because I used to have those conversations with my brother. Anytime I went through like any crazy shit in my past relationships, I would always beat myself up about it. If I'm so great and I'm so pretty and I'm so talented and I make all this money and and I can cook and I can suck dick and I could all this crazy shit.
Say the last one again. Say the last one again.
And I could suck some mean dick. Why is this happening to me?
Yeah.
If I'm
God,
so
yeah.
great, then why am I being
Yeah.
shitted on?
With
And
that
it
last
came to
one, I
that
don't know how you can-
understanding that.
And
We
that,
work
and
it
that
out.
hit your self-esteem, and
That did.
and then it closed you up a little bit,
And
or at
that's-
least have you questioning stuff before you.
And that's why I decided
Okay.
to go to therapy.
Yeah.
And then that's when I also realized that, that transition of being so young and naive and feeling like, oh, everybody's going to be like my dad. That was
Yeah.
my rude awakening to,
Yeah.
no, there's a lot of garbage out there. You got to go through it. But once you do find that person that is worthy,
Yeah.
then the right thing to do is to submit.
It's a whole mindset change, and to be honest with you, if I'm so proud that you're trying to do the work, because I think it's gonna only enrich your life when you find the person that you really, because now you're smarter, now
Right.
you're wiser, you done seen everything, you know the signs. I mean, of course, there's never anything 100%, but man, I know by now you significantly decreased the possibility of weeding out ain't shit niggas at this point. So like the
Yeah.
next time you actually do it, this motherfucker's gonna be worthy, right?
No, for real. Because sometimes my girls be so aloof.
Yeah.
Like the stories they be telling me, like, yeah, I met this guy and then this happened, but then this was weird. And I said, girl, what the fuck you just say to me? She's
Hey,
like,
can you
yeah,
not
but
put
you
them
don't-
up on too much
I was gonna
game?
say, don't be that
It's a lot of
friend.
niggas kind of relying
Listen,
on
you
their.
let them live. Let them live.
Fuck that.
Everybody got to make their own mistakes in life.
had-
You know what I mean?
There's only one way to learn. That's a
There you
hard
go.
lesson.
You
It's
gotta
going to
touch the
benefit her in the
stove.
future.
It's hot. Touch it.
Listen, I have certain rules that are just non-negotiables that help me cut down on the fuck shit. Like a nigga tells me he has a baby on the way.
Oh, yeah, you
or
can't-
any kid
yeah.
below 5.
Below 5. Yep.
I ain't
I was
fucking
just
with
going
you.
to say 5.
You know what? I fuck
I'm
with
not
that.
playing. No,
The nigga say he got a
hell no.
2-year-old. He fucked his baby mama a week ago.
No, right. We live together. We just
They
not
roommates.
together
Yeah.
right now. I
Yeah.
sleep on the couch. Yeah, of course you do, nigga.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
said something earlier.
That's
You said
funny.
submission, you look at it as more completion. Earlier, you said you don't need a man, but you want a man. I would argue that you do need a man, and maybe not just any man, but the things that a man can provide, the things that you saw your dad provide, you need those things. And maybe not from a particular man here and there, but I think we do need a man, or you do need a woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's like what we were talking about was that independent spirit, right?
Yeah.
Like I think that a lot of days people have confused like being independent with feeling like I don't need anyone,
Yeah.
and I don't.
Yeah,
in
but you
essence,
do.
I feel like humans, we do need each other.
Facts.
Like
Social
we went through a pandemic. We saw what being isolated felt like.
Yeah.
Mad people
Yeah.
got depressed
Yeah.
and going through all sorts of mental struggles just from physically being away from
Right.
people.
Facts.
So let alone having actual interaction in your life. I think, like I said, it's weird because
we have a good friendship, and we kick it, and we talk about a lot of deep shit that I know a lot of people don't cross. You know what I'm saying? Like we really
do.
take it too far.
We do.
But the reality is the intimacy that you can create and have with a woman, someone of the opposite, it's unmatched. So to say that you don't need a woman, I could never say that.
some niggas really feel like they don't need.
Yeah, I could never say. And what are they doing?
They
And what are
lying
they
to
doing though?
themselves,
But
though.
that's the
They
thing.
lying
What
to
are they
themselves.
doing? They're sleeping with multiple women. They need them. If they didn't need women at all, they wouldn't fuck with women. Period. You know what I'm saying? So they all they're gonna do is outsource this or that between amongst a handful of women. But the reality is they need what a woman provides. They're just not.
You got a bunch of specialists.
Yeah.
You got your homegirl that you're not trying to fuck, but you hang out with her because she got a good vibe.
And she'll take it because she's just happy for the company.
Right.
Another one who knows
A butterface.
Yeah, she
Body- body banging though.
So she knows she just got to take dick. Right. So now you
Yeah.
already got 2 out of the 5
There
things
you
you
go.
maybe need.
Need you one with
Another
the
fat
bread?
bitch. She cook.
Yeah,
Oh, that
she
bitch can
do.
cook. She'll
Yes, she
cook for
do.
2-3 nights, nigga.
Yes, you do. And
You
you
know what I'm
better
saying?
come eat.
Come on, man.
And you better come
She
eat.
suck you off when you're done. And you don't
Wouldn't
even
be a
got to
mi-
hit her, nigga.
Wouldn't be a meal without
Come on, man.
See, but the problem is a girl will do all of those things and y'all will still cheat, and that's why they're not willing to.
I just
submit.
ain't seen it.
It goes
Listen.
back to the
It's
man.
true though.
Listen,
And
yeah,
I
she know.
need my save chick too, the one that's gonna pray for me. Yeah.
You know,
Dog,
we all forget about
dog,
that chick.
you take her out to eat, you chill, y'all have a good,
She's
clean fun.
important.
She gonna hang your church on
Dog,
Sunday.
she,
You're not
yeah,
even-
she'll have your church. She praying for you. You don't even
You're not
want to
even
fuck.
thinking about him,
Oh
man.
man,
No,
everything
no.
good. She just keeping your spirit right.
She makes
know
you
what I'm saying?
second guess all your other bitches though.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. On Sunday, you know what I'm saying? I'll see you next Sunday, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Terrible.
Trying to tell you, man.
Amen.
All right.
Not the church girls.
Would you say that
The worst
men are
ones.
more comfortable submitting to a woman than women are submitting to a man? I feel like men have in one way or another have been submitting to women from the moment we like girls. Like we have to do this to get her. We have to be nice.
Up
We have
until a
to be
certain age.
Up until once you
Yeah,
realize
I was
that.
gonna say that.
But because
It
now
depends the man.
niggas are assholes, and that's the only way to really get the girls.
But
too,
during
for
your
that matter.
developmental ages, yeah, man, we are on like
Women run shit till
Did-
about 25, 30.
Yeah, but my
what it
point is, I think we become so much more okay with submitting and apologizing and just
Because
humbling
we've always
ourselves
had to
in
hunt.
ways that women
If
wouldn't.
you always on the hunt and you know that everything that you had to get, you had to capture it, man.
Yeah.
It don't matter what it is, whether it was pussy, whether it was attention, whether it was affection. You always been on the hunt. Of course, we know what it means to be that. Like that's
But I would
all
argue,
we do.
I would argue, is it opportunistic submission or true submission, right? Because there's a difference.
Yeah.
Opportunistic submission
you
is
ain't lied.
Yeah, there's
You ain't lied, but that bit
opportunistic submission is
Like, yeah,
I-
baby, I'll take out the trash because
Yeah.
I'm getting my dick sucked.
quid
Yeah.
pro. I know I got to do these things in
Yeah.
order to make her feel a certain way, and when she feels a certain way, I'm gonna get what I
Yeah.
want. So I'm gonna do this.
Well-
but I don't believe any of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that happens more than anything because, it's just like, it's like white people, right? Like you got your white friends. They tell black
nigga
jokes
said
when
it's
y'all
like
not
white
around, right?
Yeah.
So like we know this, right?
Yeah.
Like this happens. It's like, we'll all say this, but then niggas will get together and be like, man, this bitch, man, she got da-da-da-da. You know how niggas
Yeah.
talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think everybody plays a role to get what they want.
Yeah.
But whether somebody truly, the best ones, I'm gonna mention somebody who hopefully I can mention because it's been many, many years, it's been decades. You remember Candice?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we had a homeboy who did not treat this girl right. And
I
if-
remember Candice.
If I'm being honest,
She was beautiful,
If I'm being
too.
honest, I low-key had a huge crush on
Yeah,
her.
she was gorgeous, bro.
Dog, it's just because the way she treated people, dog.
No,
is
she
what's-
was she was
and
she was pretty
fine.
too.
Yeah, I did.
But
She was
she was
pretty.
so feminine too.
Oh, yeah.
The epitome of
Yeah.
fucking submissive and a small, petite,
Yeah.
beautiful faced woman.
Kind of heavy chested too.
So I would go to my homeboy's
Yeah.
house and he'd be like, "You hungry?" I'm like, "Oh,
Posh,
yeah."
you don't know us. We'll break a bitch down. Bitch walk by. We got
You think that I don't know this
Come on
about
now.
you
All
guys?
right. Oh yeah, you're right.
yeah, you right.
We've been out. We'll break a bitch down. Don't walk by us, ho. You know what I'm saying? You better lightly jog by. Yeah.
Do that if you want to. We
Yeah.
judge it anyway. But I would go over his house and he'd be like, "Bro, you hungry?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he'd be like, "Yo, what kind of sandwich you want?" I'm like, "Oh,
She
no, that's
make
cool."
you a sandwich.
Oh, she comes and she's like, "It's okay. You're his friend. Then it means you're my
Man,
friend."
stop
What kind
that
of sandwich you
shit.
want?
I've never
it's-
seen that.
no, it's
The
absolutely
the
facts.
first time she did that, I wanted her.
Right there. Right in front of your homie.
I always thought she was cute.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, some niggas ain't shit because I was young too. I wasn't mature. But that shit used to happen. I used to be like, man, this nigga ain't treating her right.
And he
But
did
he wasn't though. He
did
really
mistreat her and dumped her and never really did right by her at all.
And obviously couldn't go to that well.
Yeah.
Because it was already he took the wood out.
Yeah.
So
But it's
hard to marry somebody and had to eat dinner with her ex-boyfriend the next day.
my homeboy said I know what that pussy look like. I can't do that.
man,
you
bro.
can't do
Yeah.
that. I mean, but that's exactly what we're talking about, man. Because sometimes the submission does create a false sense of security for a woman, right? She feels as if I submit, then I'm more likely to be in this relationship. He's more likely to stay with me. He's more likely to love me. He's more likely to do this.
And that doesn't always work.
It's a false sense of security. And when that nigga who had totally different intentions then fucks with her whole emotions, then
That's her fault.
No, it's not her fault.
It is. If you
Why
have
is it
to,
her fault,
you can't be submissive to every man.
Who's to say
oh my
that
gosh.
she did it to every
You have
man,
to have discernment. There's no way that you can be submissive to a man that hasn't shown you and have given you
That was my
certainty
point 10 minutes ago.
I agree
and security.
No, I agree with it.
Because if you do, then of course he's going to take
Then what's the
advantage of
treasure?
it.
What's the
so
treasure?
that it would be silly to do. So you can't give it until
No, I
you know
agree.
he's worthy. You know what I mean? And I think you can wait and know what a man's truest
But
intentions
I'm
are.
telling you, it goes against all the
Yeah.
shit that you're talking about, saying that you need to be able to give it before.
He's saying a percentage
Well,
of it.
I
bro.
said a
just saying.
percentage and then show signs of the ability to do
capability,
it.
right.
I don't think you have to do it to the fullest extent. The moment you guys said that, I checked myself. I agree with you.
Okay.
I don't think it needs to be entirely, but I need you to be able to speak on things like
A realistic job
Yeah,
preview.
this is
I
how I
feel
would
you.
do it for real.
Well, submission is a part of a relationship, right? But it's not the thing because I would tell you, we got another share homeboy who was in a relationship for 5 years, and I lived with him
yeah,
while
he
he
was
was
good.
while he was in this relationship, and the chick that he had was a good woman by any fucking
She
definition.
wasn't super cute
Like-
though, but
Listen, don't do that.
You know
No,
what?
but listen.
that made her less of a good
in
woman.
Jamaican terms, we call that buto.
Listen, but the bottom line was she did everything required in that
Everything.
relationship.
Yeah.
Was attentive to him, was thoughtful, considerate, would do things he had anticipated he even fucking wanted, would do things for me because I fucking lived with him.
Yeah.
Like go to the store and get me shit and all types of shit. And he was with her for 5 years, and she would talk to me, and I'd be like, "Hey, man, I don't know what to tell you. Have a conversation with that nigga, right?"
But let me ask you a question
DM
because
me.
because he did end up just leaving her ass
And married another bitch in 2 years.
and then probably got her pregnant real quick.
He had a
and
kid,
married
a
her
whole new family, married with a kid in 2.5 years.
Yeah, and it was dirty.
It was with her with 5 years and ain't proposed to her.
It was fucking dirty. Like I can't say
I had to
can't
mess
say
with her
enough
big
about
time.
it.
Yeah.
But I
And
think
this is why Snapped exists.
Yeah, you'd be almost right to kill a nigga at that point.
Hey, I thought she would have been justified. Had she come in with a pistol, I'm finna run to the store.
5
I
years
ain't
is a
seen
long
nothing.
time to
It
waste.
is.
But
And,
she stayed.
I know.
He didn't force her to
It's-
stay. And to
that's
be
the
honest,
thing.
what
But-
she was staying for wasn't very
But
special.
D,
Don't
you
do
and
that.
I
Now,
both,
now you don't need to do
you
that,
and I
though.
both
Dirty
know
Mackie.
at 2 years he knew he wasn't gonna
Exactly.
ever.
So I think-
he just strung her along for 3 years to benefit.
do you not? Let
know
me
what
ask
I
you a
mean?
question.
But whose
Jeezy.
fault is that? How
It's
does somebody
both.
string you along with no leash?
Hold
But
on.
you got to want to be
stop,
pulled.
Stop for a second and ask yourself that question again. You're a nigga. And nigga, you wasn't always on the straight and narrow. How do you string a bitch along? I string bitches along for fucking years.
Keep it moving.
Exactly. I string a bitch along for over a year, and she never even touched a dick. You know how hard that is, nigga? While I was still receiving fringe benefits, motherfucker, bread and all that.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you
You
can't
right.
string a
Hey,
motherfucker
listen,
along.
that's why
I know how to give just
listen,
enough.
That's how you know you my friend because
Hey,
you brought
nigga.
something up. I can't disagree.
Come
with
on,
you.
man.
You right.
You know what?
Come
Let's
on.
just keep going, bro.
I have a question
ahead.
though. Do you think that submission varies based on race?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I think culturally,
Who's more submissive?
I think it's less race, but more culturally.
I think Hispanic women are more
than
submissive.
More than Asian.
more than white.
More than Asian.
No, definitely more than white for sure. The
Really?
white bitch is just catching up with that submission shit, if you ask me. And they're so enthusiastic about it, it's why they win it. And shout out to all y'all
He
doing
right,
it.
though.
Because black women, they do that shit obligatory style. They do
And
that
they
shit
make
with
you
an
know it,
attitude.
too.
Though you know here your dinner.
Right here, nigga.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, dog, the white bitch, here my king, here my black Nubian. Like, dog, she
Right.
make you feel like you everything.
Right.
And Hispanic women are really good at that. And they don't go over
they're
the
the
top
best.
like the white hoes. You can kind of sense
They
the
don't,
trying.
but their grandmothers do.
Yeah, the Hispanic
Spanish
ones, they kind
grandmother?
of, it's just a natural vibe for them. Like, this is how they should be doing it, you know?
And
But
then there's Asians.
I have never had an
It's
Asian
obligatory.
really.
They don't want to be there. They're miserable.
They always sound unhappy,
but
dog.
But the culture says they have to like this shit.
Yeah, dog.
So, oh, it looks so very
Right.
nice.
Yeah.
They grew up in communism. It's
Yo,
just-
Yeah,
straight
dog.
up.
They don't
Yeah.
understand for
Yeah,
real.
yeah,
They
yeah.
don't have no
Yeah.
rights. They
Yeah.
don't got a choice.
It's like growing up in the hood, right? It's you know what I'm saying?
And I
It's rice
totally
and honey.
understand why white men send for those bitches across the water. Dog, they have security. They know I own this bitch. She's my wife by law, but I own her. And that's what they're going for.
white men love owning shit.
And-
Yeah.
Right, I was gonna say
They do.
if anything else.
Anything they can fucking buy, yes.
Them niggas
You're right.
love.
All right, so let's go over some ways. You know, we always want to help the ladies. Ways to submit to your man. You do these things, ladies, you gonna really get where you
Shoot
need to
at the
be.
Posh first.
Head.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know how,
That's not
but
on it.
actually it is that, motherfuckers. You wrong. Be intimate frequently. That is a way to submit to your man. Would you
That
agree
is.
with that? It helps
ahead.
deepen the bond.
What?
Because, you know, men show love through sex. You know what I mean? It bonds
Physical.
us. Yeah, the physical.
For sure.
Yeah, no, you have to. I mean, sexually, you have to keep it spicy. Like,
Yeah.
go to the gym, buy the lingerie,
Gotta
go
buy the
get the
lingerie.
hair done, go get the nails done, suck his dick after dinner. Like, you
Yeah.
have to do all those things.
I prefer my head before dinner because she can gag more and I don't have to worry about, I just ate. I don't want to throw up on you.
Okay, those are semantics, but
Some niggas like to get thrown up
I was
on.
gonna say some niggas like to throw
I
up.
don't like it, but I unfortunately experienced it.
Yeah.
That shit was chunky too, dog.
Yeah. It don't smell right either.
dog, are you
It
serious
was
right
actually
now?
scentless, if I'm to be honest.
Yeah, scentless throw up.
It was odd. Maybe because a nigga moved so fast to the shower, nigga. You ever see the nigga run from the police?
You had
What?
corn and
triple
pretzels
that,
on-
nigga.
corn
Triple
and
that.
pretzels on your
No,
toes,
it wasn't
huh?
no corn, but bruh, it was chunky. I remember when it was
Burger
happening.
meat?
It almost seemed like too real to be
You-
true.
you
Like
heard
this
that change
can't
in the
be
voice.
really happening. And it's like while it's happening, you wish
the
you could
gag
stop
and
it.
the warm fluid.
Yeah, it was all bad. It was all
in,
bad.
in that one, does that include when he requests sex or when she requests sex? You know what
Oh,
I'm
you
saying?
gonna go
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, no, because sometimes what I get, I've gotten
Apparently,
this
it has
before.
to be consensual.
No, what meaning?
know.
Of course that one. Okay.
No means no.
Posh, you don't need to do me like that. But you know the one where it's like, hey, listen,
You basically
come
saying
outside
she
and-
can never
come
say no
outside
to
and
you.
give me a smoking suck.
Yeah,
Right. I
like
know you
she
hate
should
that
never
You know
say
what a
no
smoke-
to you.
You want to explain what a smoking suck is?
Just smoking anything, blunt, cigars, and then getting
while
your dick
getting
sucked.
head. It's the greatest
Right.
feeling.
You
Yeah.
request that?
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
a fucking terrorist. Do you know what cottonmouth is, nigga? After you smoke a blunt?
No, she's
that
saying
shit is
he
the
gets to
worst.
smoke it. You
I'm
just
just
sucking
smoking.
dick.
You just sucking
Yeah.
dick. You don't got to
Oh,
smoke.
you don't share?
Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, I
After
can.
you finish this dick, you
But
can
if
have
you
some
gonna
weed,
complain
but-
about it, why would I? You know what
well,
I'm saying?
no,
And they have these
but-
mouth drops that help water your mouth, so you hit
No,
that blunt
if you-
and
Put an
pop
ice
one.
cube in there too.
If you're smoking a blunt, my thing is stick some gum in your mouth afterwards. That'll
Yeah.
get the
Saliva.
saliva going again.
Yeah.
But see, if you tell me, if you sit here and say, "Oh, babe, can we do it another time?" or that.
So you don't
like,
wanna
I
ever
like
hear
it.
no.
I don't want to hear no because
Yeah.
if you ask
That's
me,
submission to you.
Yeah, if you ask
Slavery.
me, I'm never going to say no. It don't matter where it is. You could be on Wednesday.
You've never said no to
I
sex.
never say no.
Hold on, think about that for a second.
Bruh. If
Can
I'm
you
with
just think for a
somebody,
second?
No, I'm telling
He's
you.
talking about
never
somebody
said
that
no.
he wants to engage with.
I'm
Okay.
engaging with them. If
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
engaging
Not
with
somebody he
someone.
pissed off
So
or
you-
don't want to be
am
with.
I in
I
a
know.
relationship?
I know
with
where
you?
You've
going.
never, I know, not really. I was actually thinking in the confinement of a relationship. You've never been in a relationship and denied your partner sex
Dog,
ever.
can't.
even the one that I wanted to deny
deny.
to
You're
I
projecting
still-
right now.
I
Yeah.
still,
I'm not. I'm asking
No,
a
you are
question.
projecting. He's
Dog,
projecting.
I'm not at
No,
all.
he's
I'm
projecting.
asking. I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is no, because at the end of the day, I feel like that's my duty. That's my job,
Thank
right?
you.
Yeah.
But I've had it where it'd be like, right now,
She didn't agree. She didn't agree. She didn't look at it the same way. And I guess maybe my whole vibe is at this stage in life, keep that same energy, bitch. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
screaming.
So if that's how you gonna do me, there's gonna be nights where no, I'm tired.
Your head hurt too?
I'm tired. I'm
You're
tired.
so
I had a long day.
sassy, bro.
I had a fucking long day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't agree. You should
sassy?
say no, but as a
just saying.
man, why are you so sassy?
I'm just saying, why I got to say yes all the time and I ain't getting a yes all the time.
shit.
That's all I'm
Because as
saying.
a
funny.
because you're a man
That's
and
so
I'm
funny.
a woman, and it's different.
And that's the way it's supposed to go.
Yes.
I guess.
Oh
As
my
a
God.
woman, you could be tired.
Yeah.
You could be on your period. You like hormonal.
Yeah.
Like it could be anything. I mean, I'm not saying I don't advocate for those either. But in the event, as a man, why are you so sassy? Like
You heard what she said, bro. Just take that in.
Oh
and just
man,
deal
that's
with it.
funny, man. I'll
All
take
right,
it.
what's the
though.
next? Send the next
All
one
right,
to pod.
you got to let your man take lead. Would you agree with that?
for the most part.
What the fuck that mean?
You have to let him have the final say on decisions. That's what a man taking lead is.
For the most part. What does that mean?
And that means in everything. That means you can still give
Not
your
in
opinion,
everything.
and you should give your
Because the Lord
opinion.
gave us common sense. If it's obvious that
I
it's
agree.
a bad decision,
Yes.
then it's a bad.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Then you
standing.
protect. I agree.
I'm
but
not
what if?
standing next-
But what if he's suggesting something that is not detrimental to your lives and your livelihood?
Nigga, go try it.
Yeah.
And let me know how it work out. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Damn. Is that your energy though?
Yeah.
Or are we not giving
Yeah, you
supportive
gotta
vibes?
give that energy, Posh.
Like
that ain't gonna
I
work.
support you, babe. I think we should do this, but if you think this is best, then let's go with it. Is
That's
that
good
your
energy.
is that
That's
your
good
good
energy
yeah.
right there.
I ain't say nothing about my energy. I
Yeah,
said
okay. See, that nigga don't feel supportive, and he looking for the next bitch who was, who talked to him at work. She was like, "Hey, that's a great idea,
yeah,
Bill."
go ahead. And then when the shit flop, I'm gonna be like, what did Becky tell you again?
But what
Why
if
she
that
got-
shit?
why-
alright.
Why her name gotta be
Oh,
Becky though?
Yeah, I know, right? Goddamn. I thought it was Keisha, but that be, you know what I'm saying. But
It
what
was
if?
Keisha, it was Maria, it was Lindsay, it was motherfucking Kim. I don't care who said it. If that shit
Don't
ain't
forget
work,
the two at the ice cream parlor.
nigga, you better be prepared to stand on it. You and that bitch.
Well, I want to ask you, Posh. Some men prefer women that take the lead. Have you ever been with men like that?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
So you wouldn't. That's not
So
something
you
could
don't
deal
want
with.
that.
Yeah.
You better bring that energy then. if
But
don't
you see what I'm
want that.
saying? A second ago, you just said, "No, nigga."
Yeah, she got to bring that right energy.
Like you
then.
can't get it in between. You want that in between
Said
shit.
who?
I
The Lord
guess.
said that he will spew you out like the lukewarm.
Like when
out.
lukewarm.
Oh, yeah, don't be lukewarm now.
I mean, I'll be cold about it. I'll be like, I told you not to do it. Go, babe.
But you wouldn't. But you'd have a problem with a man that wanted you to take lead with
Because
things
that's
more.
not my place in life.
Yeah.
That's not like now. That's when you get into the whole like a bitch don't respect you. Because
Yeah.
what am I respecting at this
Yeah.
point? I'm taking on your responsibility. So what are you here
That's
for?
There are a lot of
Ministry.
soft-spoken men that I think benefit from a stronger woman, or the world
Like
would
I
swallow
can't
them
be
alive.
with a nigga who's like a house dad. Like
Yeah.
that's not cool.
I strive for that one day.
Like fuck, I look like going to work and then you at home.
What if he had money, like sold a piece of software,
And
and
stayed
now
home.
he's a house dad, but he's still paying bills? Are you looking at that nigga every day? He cooking dinner and vacuuming and shit, and you like this bitch ass nigga? Is that how you feel about him? Even though the money in the bank.
House paid off.
I understand that, but that's not
God
your
dang,
role.
Oh
Posh.
man, that's tough.
That's not your
Yeah.
role.
That
Like,
goes to show it
go
has
out
nothing to
there
do-
and
His
make
role
me
is
more
provide,
money.
though.
Like
Damn.
He's providing though.
I
The money
understand.
already there. You
I-
saying he got to keep making it every day.
because
She
what
don't,
do
she
you?
don't take the weekends off or nothing.
But raising your kids, he raising your kids. He
That's-
keeping your house clean.
That's beautiful.
He
House
keeping
paid
his
off.
body tight too. He
You-
a trophy husband.
Bumbleclad.
Oh.
He got the 8-pack.
Let me explain something to you. The conversation I just had this past week was I love me a boss belly nigga.
Yeah, I know you.
Like, I don't
You've been
not
shooting hard
want-
for those niggas. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want the 6-pack. I don't want the nigga that
Nigga got
takes
too
2
much-
hours
Hey.
to
Why you
fucking get.
nodding hard? That nigga said.
Bro, hey,
I've been waiting
I
for this
don't
time.
want-
I've been waiting for this my whole life, bro.
Hey.
I don't. No,
Why you wanna
he's
steal
too
my
cute.
moment?
you want it for the wrong
Listen.
reason. You're winning for the wrong reasons though, bro. She feels safe, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My bad, dog. I just wanted to hear
Dog.
She
that.
ain't say a fat nigga. She said a boss belly nigga.
A boss belly nigga. Because a boss belly nigga, you let me know you living good in life. Shit's being taken
In
care
Africa,
of.
it's called
You not-
prosperous.
Now, a nigga who got a
There's
6-pack,
plenty niggas
a
with
nigga
money and
who-
abs.
Yeah, that's not for me.
So it ain't got nothing to do about living good and everything right. You just
But
don't
it's
want a
like-
nigga who's too confident.
Because it's like there's
you can be
there's
confident.
Why have
only
expectations on
room.
her?
You can be confident with a
There's
belly.
only room for
True.
for one bad bitch in this
Yeah.
relationship, my nigga. And I'll be damned if it's gonna be
Yeah,
you.
you don't
Like,
want your nigga to look too good.
for what?
Yeah.
She said last time. Remember,
That shit killed
she
me,
said she
dog.
want a regular looking ass
That
nigga.
shit
Then
killed
So
me.
what?
And you know what's crazy? I would think maybe this is why I see so many bad bitches with regular niggas. These bitches,
exactly
they're
why.
trying to assert dominant.
Because the niggas, let me explain something to you.
Explain
Them
it.
pretty boy niggas
Yeah.
got all these superficial ass like they want today in 2022, niggas want to be bad bitches.
They want to be
I don't
pretty.
know
And I
about that.
said
No, a
what
lot
the
of men
fuck
want
I
to be
said.
Jeezy.
Niggas want to be
directed
bad
that at me.
bitches so bad.
Yeah.
Niggas will literally sit there on fucking Instagram and turn their front camera on and take a selfie.
Okay, that
Like-
ain't me, so I'm straight. I'm safe.
I
preach,
say
man,
something, you want to say
preach.
something back because you want to be fucking sassy. Meanwhile, you making $17 an hour.
Can
like,
we-
I'm gonna need for you to really relax and rearrange your whole life before you
dang.
step this way.
Can we switch it up from that man to just a good-looking, in-shape man who's handling his business day to day?
That happens. That you know that's where you go into like the 10% tier, right?
Saying
Okay.
that you're
The
talking about the
majority
exception.
of
That's
niggas.
rare.
Okay.
The majority.
got it.
So now
we-
you're talking about
yeah,
a whole
yeah.
nother.
Yeah,
you
it's
know
a
what I'm
different set of
saying?
niggas,
Yeah.
man.
I'm gonna be that trophy man.
I think about that shit.
You
She
seem
say
like
that.
trophy
you.
nigga. And I want my girl to be the trophy too. I want to be good in every way.
Yeah.
I want to look good,
Facts.
smell good, dress good, dick good, nigga, everything. I want when she think about me, she like, damn, what
Can't-
can I say?
I can't do much
I
better.
can't fucking argue. This is it. Where am I losing? You get what I'm saying? That's what I think everybody should be striving to be
I agree
that
with
version
that.
of themselves
I agree with
for
that.
the person they want to be with.
Right.
I just feel like I said, just
agree, G.
statistically speaking,
Yeah, man.
niggas can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
Either you a pretty boy ass nigga who's broke, or you gonna lack in other places, but you got shit going for you. And if you're both, like I said, that puts you in a whole different category.
That
now
is a
you're
different
10%.
category, man. You out here, man.
But-
Don't worry about it.
Hey.
That 90%, that's what it is.
It's tough
Don't
out
shoot
here.
the fucking messenger.
That's hilarious. My God.
All right, you have to be able to ask him for help. Okay,
And that's hard.
And asking
Dog,
him for
that
his
is really
opinion
hard.
That-
or solutions to your problems. A lot of bitches love to vent, and they come to us and they just want to say how they feel. And man,
they
we're
expect-
problem
and let me tell you,
solvers.
and they expect you to read between those lines when they're just
Yeah, but
general
we like to
talking,
solve problems, and
right?
I think men appreciate it when you come directly
Yeah,
to
and
them and
say,
say, "Hey,
hey.
can you help me with this?
Yeah.
Hey, I need your
What do you
opinion on
think
this.
about this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what do you think? Men really love that
How would you approach this?
because y'all need guidance. We here for that.
I keep forgetting that we're actually talking about men because niggas
Yeah,
don't help.
You talking about
Yeah.
boys, but yeah, I'm talking about like
they don't help at all.
Like at all. They're like, wow, sorry
dog,
to hear
real
that.
men
Call me
want to
when you
jump
figure
in.
that
They
out.
literally like if it's hopscotch, they going like this, waiting to jump in, trying
Where's
to
the
figure it
real
out.
men?
Oh no,
Because-
they exist.
They
all
out
the
here.
time.
They out here.
And I think you know some too. Do you have a male friend that whenever you just kind of need a little guidance, you're a little lost about what you
But
want,
you know
and you
what's
can call
interesting
him and you
about
have a
that?
good conversation.
A
and-
male
What's that?
friend.
but that's my point.
A
Why is he
lot
just
of
your real
guys
friend?
are more willing to give you sound advice as a friend. Something about getting the box.
I think she's
they
right.
No,
lose their
she's
fucking
absolutely
right.
minds. It
I think
changes
she's
the
right.
She's right in
dynamic.
certain ways though. She's right.
It
in
Is,
certain
changes
is there
the
any chance
dynamic.
that it's the woman who is now fucking him, so now she's not willing to go to him the same way?
No.
No.
Because I've never seen a situation. Why would I not have
I'ma tell you.
supportive
I'ma tell you.
rhetoric? Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you, that only doesn't apply, in my opinion, if you are a nigga with genuinely good intentions, right? Because if you have genuinely good intentions, then I don't think there's any piece of advice that you're giving for the betterment of her that would quote unquote negatively impact your agenda, whatever that is with her. But if you're a nigga with not good intentions, you can't give it too much fucking game.
Okay,
'cause
I
she
agree
gonna
with
figure
you.
your
Yeah,
ass
I
out.
agree
She'll
with that.
figure
I
you
agree
out.
with that.
You know what
I
I
agree
mean?
with that.
But I will say that you can have a relationship, and that's why I search for friendship first.
Yeah.
Like if you wasn't my friend, bruh, we ain't never fucking. Like if we weren't like boom coon like from the jump, like I'm not fucking you.
Jen, though, you can,
Yeah,
I
you-
agree with
you-
I'm
you
just
moved
special.
opposite
You
of that.
special,
That's how I move.
I don't know
you-
that you've
because I don't-
always moved that way, but I do
learned
think
that.
you have
No, I had
matured
to- I
that.
had to
That is
learn to
learned
do that. I
behavior.
had to learn
That is
that.
learned behavior.
I ain't fucking
But
with no woman.
I think you're a special guy, and I'm not saying that to give you a compliment, nigga.
I know,
What I'm
I
saying,
know. I figured
what
that
I'm
much.
saying,
I didn't take it as
yeah. What I'm saying is, I think that you don't traditionally do things that men traditionally do.
Yeah.
So
That's why hoes love you too.
no, dead ass,
Yeah.
dead ass,
And
Like,
they fall fast because
Oh, come on.
you doing the most. You know what I'm saying?
You
No,
are.
After a bitch deal with you, she immediately, damn, niggas do this? Like
me
you're
and
that's who
Jeezy
you
look
are.
like shit.
Yeah. Well, you know, I like to find myself in between you and him. You know what I'm saying?
But you not though.
I
But
am
you not,
in between
though.
you and him.
No,
you know I'm a
not.
little more accommodated than your ass is, nigga.
Well, I'm not accommodating you.
Come on, nigga. You the worst, man. You the worst. You know what I'm
Nigga
saying?
got muscles and dimples. I don't expect much out
Come
of
on.
you. Not even
Dog,
gonna
come
lie.
on, man.
Where'd that come from?
I'm just saying the
I
truth.
can be nice.
Facts.
My
That's
mama
facts,
raised
though.
me right.
Yeah, we're not blaming her for this.
Yeah,
This is you.
let's not put her in this, dog.
Right.
All right, you have to also think of his needs. And the thing that I liked about this, Posh, was the article said brainstorm ideas that you of ways you could help him and better his life. Do things that can make him happy. Do you feel like that's something you do every day? You're going to the day like, what can I do to make my man happy?
Every day I send a nude because I feel like you should wake up
Posh,
and
I
have the
love you,
greatest
man.
day
Oh,
ever.
That is respectful.
No, you don't. Because
But
that
I
shit ain't
feel-
never hit my phone. So like, what the fuck?
No,
I got him on time. They was
He
She asked me not to send it to
I'll
you.
make sure it's a good one.
Yeah.
You know, before you send it to him that way. Everything. You know
Is
what
that
I'm
what
saying?
it is?
no, you just so helpful.
I'm your
sometimes.
homie.
No, that's dope though, Posh. That's like honestly,
That is.
I'm really speechless at that. Like,
Yeah.
you talking
Damn.
about keeping things spicy. Shit, if you a
that's
bad
Imagine
bitch
takes
headed
and
to
you
work,
work
doing
and
that
that's
every
what
day,
you get. You got.
and you don't know it's coming, but you don't know what
What it's
time of
gonna
the
be,
day.
or what it's gonna
you
be.
don't know if she's gonna take the titties out in the bathroom at the job.
Yeah.
You don't know if the titties
Left
going.
leg up.
You don't, dog, she's gonna. Dog, you know how happy that would make me. You know how excited I'd be every day.
Yeah.
No,
but
no.
you gotta like what you get in the picture of too.
That's what I said. A bad bitch, you know.
Yeah, if it's bad,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, and
Everybody
I
should
notice
be
I
doing that.
say
How many
not
times
perfect
you've seen those
because I
titties
think,
either,
and we're gonna
like-
talk about physical attraction. It don't matter. They still look. They almost look better because they're yours. You know what I'm saying?
It's,
talking
it's
about?
strange.
Titties. You know, I've seen the
It
same
don't matter.
titties over
You can
time.
see them 365 days out the year.
I like a little stretch mark in mine.
Definitely.
Okay.
some veins
Definitely.
too. Don't
Very-
don't
Oh,
forget
you
the
like,
veins.
So you like light skinned bitches?
Oh, yeah, very vascular. I
See?
like very.
Or if they're dark skinned, I like them to pop out a little bit so I can identify them.
We
But
see out
shout
here
out to
black
them.
queens,
Yeah.
Yeah.
melanated queens, black and brown women.
You stupid. Okay, I like this one. Avoid telling him he is wrong. And
That's whack.
What?
That's
all right,
weak nigga
listen,
shit.
listen.
That's weak nigga shit.
Instead, to add value to your relationship,
There's a way to
by
do it.
suggesting
There's
to
a
him
way to do
that
it.
it makes you feel this way, scared, nervous, and give him the reasons why.
There's a way
So
to
you're
do it,
never really
Posh.
telling him he's wrong. It's just saying, hey,
Think about
you
it,
said
Posh.
this, and it makes me feel scared when you say that.
Yeah.
And now he's all I'm dog, this shit would work. When I read it, I was like, dog, the
It works
deflection
on
is
me
so
all the
smooth
time.
because now he's thinking about how he can reassure you.
Don't raise your
And
hand.
I know, D, don't do that.
Can I say something when you finish? Though?
No, D, no.
Let Posh go first.
No,
You can
I'm
go
saying
next.
to you, it only works because you want it to work. You know what I'm saying? You know what she's
It's not
doing,
like it's
but
a
you
trick.
appreciate it
Yeah.
because she's not being confrontational, nigga. All right,
All
man,
right,
go
Posh,
ahead.
Go ahead. No, let Posh go
No,
first.
I had to be devil's advocate. You're an asshole.
Yeah,
But
me
go
and
ahead.
Posh, you gonna go
Go
first.
ahead.
Posh, go
Whomever.
ahead.
Whomever.
Okay,
Fucking asshole.
Posh laughing. Can I say this?
Yeah,
real
go
quick?
ahead.
Dog, let me tell you something. This shit all depends because I'm gonna be honest, and y'all know. Listen, y'all know I'm not bullshitting. Dog, I like a strong woman. I like an alpha woman. Right? It causes problem in relationships because we
does.
fight a
It
lot.
does.
But listen to me. I love
It's
it.
fun.
Dog, I love a woman with a fucking opinion. A woman who is so comfortable with me that she's not scared to push back on me.
Yeah.
You
No,
know what
that's
I'm saying?
beautiful. No.
Like I love that. So if I say some whack shit, like the bitch is from I want
Well,
to
why
be
she
like,
gotta say that's a dumbass
okay,
motherfucking ass?
but let me say this. Let me say this.
Damn, she came at you like
Let me
that,
say
bro.
this. Let me
Yeah.
say this. Y'all know me, right?
Yeah.
That's how I am.
Exactly.
I know
Okay.
that's how you are.
And if
but
that's
why
the-
you want that
if that's the
energy?
I
friendship
don't
you-
say that to my man.
Yeah.
I say that to my friends. Like, do you know what this dumbass nigga
Yeah,
just
yeah,
said?
yeah.
Keep
yeah.
it in the group
That's
chat.
fine.
Loud
That's
and
fine.
wrong as
That's
fuck.
fine.
Keep
Keep
it
it in
in
the
the
group
group
chat.
If your girl
I
say,
agree.
like, if my girl said, "Dog, what the fuck you talking about?"
Yeah.
I'd be like, "What you talking about?" Like, which you don't understand. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be like, "Why are you speaking to me
Yeah.
that way?" Like that's some weird.
And it said specifically
It doesn't
said
have to sound like that,
saying,
but I
telling,
hear
not telling
But
him he's
to
wrong.
some niggas, it sounds that way.
Yeah.
Because
that's niggas that don't secure themselves.
Or it's just how you interpret shit. Like,
Yeah.
I've always had an issue with anyone telling me what the fuck to do. It doesn't matter who it is. I mean, I
But
have
you
issues.
switching the narrative though. I ain't talking about
no,
being
but I'm just
directed.
saying, but that's how it feels. That's how I interpret it. So if you're gonna come at me, recommend something. Like, listen, I recommend.
Yeah,
I
you're a
strongly
defensive
recommend.
person.
Oh
I
yeah.
was
So
gonna
it's
say,
better
if you're
for-
gonna approach somebody,
I
I
recommend.
feel like, but this is just me in general. Don't come to me telling me how this ain't gonna work without providing a solution on how we gonna fix whatever it is that I suggested. Don't just tell me I was wrong, because now I'm gonna be like,
Come with solutions.
Yeah. I'm the same way. That's all I'm saying. I'm the same way. Tell me a solution. Recommend something to me. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me how stupid it sounds. Just say, listen. Well, have you thought about this?
Y'all so
what
fucking.
about that?
Y'all so fucking formal. Listen, man. Like when you for real though.
No,
that's
we
what
trying
therapy
to,
taught
yo,
me.
we trying to get niggas respected, D.
God damn,
We trying to get niggas
Therapy
to
said
demand
you
the
need to talk.
respect they
Always
deserve.
dragging your
But
knuckles
listen to
all
me.
the goddamn time, dude.
Listen to me.
Nigga said,
Listen to me though. What I'm saying is though, like your people. I'm talking about whether it's your homeboy. Like for instance, though, how many conversations we had, Jeezy, where I'm talking about some shit and you listening, you cool. I'm like, yeah, and you like, D, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. You fucking wrong.
Yeah.
You wrong as shit. Let me tell you
we
why.
homies.
Dog. That's
but
what
the
that's what I want from my girl too, though.
Tone and delivery.
Okay.
Because if I would have came
Because
strong,
I
you would have
agree.
never
You already know how he
accepted
is.
that. Yeah.
You already
Like,
know
if
he
I'm
is.
having a conversation with, I gotta respect him. That's also a part of submission. Is actually respecting the
Respect,
person you're with. Because I don't respect you, nigga. Good luck.
Yeah.
Like,
Not good luck.
I don't know.
Facts.
I don't know where we go from here.
Not the taking.
Like, was it Jill Scott that she said, if you could tell me what to do, you could tell me what to do.
Yeah.
But if you can't tell me what to do, then you can't tell me what
Yeah.
to do.
Damn, that
So
says
I
a
have
lot.
to,
Yeah.
I have to actually respect you. And if I do respect you, I'm gonna watch what I say to you. It's not gonna be on some disrespectful, like, oh, you bitch ass nigga. That was a dumb ass.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that's
like,
crazy.
that's
Yeah, yeah.
like, whoa.
Yeah,
And a
yeah.
lot of girls
They talk
approach.
like that.
But that's because
wild.
I don't know.
No,
I
you know
feel
I
like
had
a
a
girl
hood
goes
bitch
off on you
situation.
like that.
You right.
Yo, she do not fuck with you, dog. I don't care what you think.
You definitely
Yeah.
can disagree with the
You
man.
are.
I just think you have to
You'll come up.
respond, in a constructive way, and let the criticism really show that you care. I just think there's nothing wrong with handling a man. Though, why we gotta be so rough all the time, bro?
We do, dog.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, though, I feed into it too, nigga. I'm literally speaking opposite of probably who I am. But why it got to be that way? You know what I'm saying?
Why can't
Why
you
it gotta be that way?
Why it got to be that way? Like, why nigga just can't be just be chill and it be good? Why it got to be You know what I'm saying? Roughneck shit all the time. Why can't a nigga be low key and a chick fall in line without it?
Finesse the shit.
You know what
There's
I'm saying?
nothing wrong with finessing the shit.
Yeah, these
You
hoes be out
actually
of
get
pocket,
better
bro.
Output. You get a better output. You get better outcomes. Like
I think
that bitch.
I think it's multiple ways to get to the goal, and I think it's tons of women. I think there's women out here that want to be boss bitches and they telling niggas what to do, and there's women out here that like to be choked, right? So my point is, I don't think women are
I'm
monolith.
both of them.
Yeah.
Not both of them.
Hey, boy.
What Posh say? I'm
She
screaming.
put it in one word. She said, "I'm both of them."
Yeah.
Yeah. But my point is, you got to listen. At the end of the day, you got to know who you're dealing with.
That
and
is
you,
true.
And you have to
Check
have the
your
ability
audience, yeah.
to adjust and modulate your motherfucking relationship and how you
Adjust,
interact
yeah.
in that relationship to make sure you're meeting an easier person and vice versa.
Yeah.
If you're a one size fits all nigga, you're gonna find one type of bitch that's for you, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be tough for you out here. But if
Facts.
you're able to modulate, you might have some success. So.
Yeah. Okay, finally, prioritize openness.
Whoa, what does that mean? That means I ain't got no password on my phone. What that mean?
No,
Oh.
boy, you tripping.
What's the O mean? By the way, stop. Hold on, G.
Yeah.
You got a problem with the password on the phone?
No.
Okay.
I am very much a respecter of personal things.
Me
There
too.
is nothing in my phone that was meant for anyone else outside of me.
Yeah.
And in the same regard, there's nothing in your phone that's in there for
Hey, let
me.
me see
That's
respect,
in your
bro.
phone
Respect.
for a
Go ahead,
reason.
Yeah, that's
I
respect
respect
right
that,
there.
The
bro.
moment I decide I need to lose weight and break my own heart, I'm gonna go through the nigga's phone. But bitch, you
Oh,
better
so
leave
that's how you
me-
get a woman to lose weight. Now we know, fellas.
You
hilarious.
leave me the hell alone. I am happy in this little
That's
bubble. of
hilarious.
Fellas, you want
Hilarious.
your girls to lose weight? Let her go
Just
through
let
your
her go
phone,
through
bro.
your fucking phone.
She'll be a bad
Don't even
bitch in about
stop
3 to
her.
6 months.
You can't have that fat ass and titties with no fupa, fellas. So just be realistic out here.
Just a slight one.
saying?
Yeah,
You stupid.
I'm cool with it.
But being open and just being open about your feelings, this kind of speaks to that emotional attraction. And I think when you're emotionally attractive, when you're vulnerable and open with a man, I think that makes him want to, it shows submission to a man, in my opinion. Would you agree?
Yeah.
I like a vulnerable chick. And we discussed this before, like moments where you're talking to a girl and something hits her and all of a sudden she starts crying.
Sure.
And she's like, I'm like, what's wrong? You
She's
thinking it's
triggered?
bad? And she's like, no, it's like the way you make me feel is this is just
It gets me
I've never
chubby
been made to
every
feel
time,
like that.
right?
I never connect. And every time it happens, my dick start jumping.
mine too.
And it's like, damn, why are her tears making me hard? Like
had
that
that conversation.
vulnerability, dog,
Y'all
is
niggas-
so attractive.
Don't do that.
No,
Bosh.
but listen,
don't sit here and judge.
But it's not about that. He said that, but I'm gonna tell you, we talked about this because I remember in college and just I'm gonna be honest, like I was trying to fuck. Right?
Yeah.
And so I'm going through the motions, right? Like
Yeah.
you show my pause, I'm asking about her day and shit.
Yeah.
And like, shit
Things
I don't
you don't
care
really
about.
care about, yeah.
Right. And she's like, honestly, and she's like, if I'm being honest, like, my dad called me today and she started talking about her dad. And I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, I'm not fucking that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so
See what I'm saying?
But I was young though. I was like I was like 19, 20. And she started telling me. And then I started listening because I listen, let me ask you. I'm always at war with who my mama raised and the nigga I became.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, like,
That's a
Nigga
real
became
battle.
a fucking villain.
No, that's a battle every day for
straight
me.
Up,
Yeah.
Because I have the sense I was raised in I went to Bible
Yeah.
camp. Okay.
Now hold on. I have a
Dig me.
question. Who broke your heart?
Dog, someone had to though.
Yeah, there was a turning point
Dog,
in this.
something happened to you, dog. I've been wanting to have this
broke
conversation
your
with
heart?
you.
I don't know that you've
Who
ever
was the
told us
girl?
that.
Never
No,
said
no,
it.
no, no.
Yeah.
And
There
he's
was
held
a
it hard.
girl.
Yeah, go
there
ahead,
was a
Bosh.
girl, and something happened, and that made you be like, "Fuck these bitches. This is
Tell
who
the
I
truth,
am
bro,
from
dog.
this
It's
day
safe right
moving
here.
forward." And
So-
I
Dog,
just
it's not
wanna
like
know.
thousands of people are
Who
listening
did
to
it?
us. Like,
So a couple things. First of all, it's another episode.
What was her name?
I'm not gonna say it. It's another episode. We're gonna tell stories on the episode, but what I want to say is, it happened. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not. No, really. I'm
What
not
happened?
a
That's
villain.
a weird thing to say.
No, listen.
Nigga dancing
I'm
around
not a
it.
villain. Y'all know me.
But what happened?
Y'all niggas ain't gonna vouch for me.
You don't want to say
No,
anything.
hold on,
Fine.
hold on.
But what happened?
You never even said
Yo,
anything yet.
nigga-
We literally listened to you. What you want a nigga to say?
I'm
not a
just
good-
going through the 5 questions: who, what, where, when,
I'm not a
why.
good-
What
Nobody
happened?
said you were a bad man, bro.
I'm gonna answer your question.
why you being
Y'all-
defensive, dog?
I'm not a good guy.
No, you are,
Yes,
dog.
you are, bro. Nobody
How
said
long
that.
y'all know me?
Okay,
A
bro,
long
we got you,
dog. We
bro.
were just listening to
Okay,
the story,
speak up,
bro.
nigga.
Speak up. Tell the story, bro.
The fuck, man?
We was just
Y'all
trying to
niggas-
hear the story,
Y'all
bro.
niggas in here silent,
No,
dog.
no, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
We was trying to hear the
Y'all know
story,
me.
bro.
Y'all know me.
Well, you know what a nigga say, nothing but a whole lot. Well, you,
Yo, why my palm sweaty? Hold on.
What
They
is
got
it
a paper
about
towel in his
niggas
mouth.
with questions?
do-
Y'all
do-
get real
let me ask you this though, Posh. Do you find it?
That nigga still ain't answering
Yes.
I
There-
know,
there's
right?
no story
and
no
that nigga
more.
swear like a mother. But do you find it attractive?
It is how
and,
it is.
and I really want your real answer, Posh, too. Like, do you find it attractive or a turn off when a man is being vulnerable? And what extent does a man have to be vulnerable? Like, not tears is 10, okay?
I was gonna say,
Yeah, tears
that's-
is 10.
I love vulnerability. Like I love a man that can, you know what I'm saying, that can keep it real,
Yeah.
say what he wants and mean what he says and all that stuff. But you can't, I don't know. You could cry in front of me, but it depends what's going on. You could like
Like his grandmama died, it's cool.
like
That
my
was
dad,
specific
yes.
as hell. Yeah.
Okay.
Cause like my dad, that was one of the things, but he's a Libra like me, so it kind of makes sense. But my dad, he's somebody who wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah.
So he don't
Yeah.
have to know you.
Yeah.
You just gotta
That's
give
the-
him a
that's
sad
me.
story.
Yeah.
That nigga will start crying. He'll pray for you.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's
nah,
like a good man, though.
That's not me.
No,
but
that's
yeah.
amazing.
That's like a good man.
Kind of pussy.
He feels
And then,
everything.
No,
like-
I need a friend like that in my life, though.
But yeah,
don't got
but,
none of those
but
friends,
it's
though.
crazy. You
You the
associate
closest.
with that
You the
him as
closest.
being a pussy for that.
That's tough.
to a degree,
Yeah.
like it can't just
Fucking
be
hate
for
you.
everything.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny because those are like one of the things like my mom be so annoyed about.
Yeah.
Like,
So she doesn't even like it about
no,
him.
she don't like
Yeah.
it. Like like anytime, like we could be Thanksgiving prayer,
Yeah.
right? This nigga be like, thank God for my family. My mom like,
Well, that
and you
nigga
could
just
hear it, like,
feels a
here we
lot.
go.
That nigga just feels.
On your
You know,
Passionate, yo. He passionate, man.
you know, there's a disorder I
Man,
think called
leave Poppy alone.
BPD or something like that.
I think it's just low on testosterone because don't you guys go through shit like that when you get older?
I
I
ain't
don't
there
know.
yet.
I ain't there
I
yet.
ain't there
I
yet.
feel
I'm
like
still
maybe there's
feeling a
more
lot of anger
estrogen
and,
than
and
They're still
testosterone.
hard. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No
well,
titties.
my dad is 64, so I feel like maybe
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah,
where
yeah,
shit
yeah.
comes
My dad's
from.
Yeah,
my dad's
exactly.
65,
Where he's
yeah.
like,
exactly.
but like my dad will
Oddly
cry.
enough, my dad does not seem any
My
more
dad cried for my
emotional
birthday.
than
He
he
calls
does.
me.
Yeah,
he
he
calls
does.
me every year. We're a day
He
apart.
ain't changed.
Ain't changed.
My dad will call me, "Happy birthday! You know I love you."
And start crying.
And you
start
don't know
crying.
him to be that way when
Hey,
you were
Posh.
little?
No.
Is he like that?
Okay.
Posh, is he like that with your brother?
Yes, he's like that with everybody across the board.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
okay.
He's
nigga,
just like my mom. A couple years back for his birthday, she paid the mortgage off on the house, right? So
That'll make me cry too.
She boxed
man,
it
I
up.
love
Like,
Mom.
That ain't feelings. That's just
That made me feel good
that's
inside.
real
man.
tears. Yeah.
She boxed it up for him and
I
stuff.
cried.
And so my dad's like opening, and we're like all quiet, like waiting on him to get to it, right?
Yeah.
And this nigga's like
I'm crying.
Yeah.
taking
crying,
the
yo.
tissue box, and
He
my mom's
cried,
like,
but
"Here
he-
we
he
fucking."
cried
Not a good
before
example,
that.
Posh.
Before
I'm
just
crying.
unboxing it.
Yeah.
It's the
crying,
before.
Jeezy?
It's
Yeah,
the
I'm crying.
before, bro.
yeah.
I'm
It's the
crying.
before.
I'm crying. I'm sucking toes. I'm eating ass that night.
don't
I'm
even
doing all
know.
of it.
Yeah,
I'm on the
yeah.
trifecta. You pay.
What if you
you
would
pay
have
my
unboxed
mortgage
the
off.
shit and it was cologne?
No,
nigga?
no.
You crying
I
already?
wouldn't have cried before. He tripping. You know what I'm saying?
My
He
dad
tripping.
was
I
like,
get it.
What is this? Like
I know that,
uncovering-
dog. I know.
What are you uncovering the paternity test? Like, what is that? Ooh, what is that about? Like, get to it, bro. It's a
Boy.
good fucking day.
So shout out to
that's,
Poppy, man.
That's hilarious, man. That's
My
hilarious.
dad be crying.
That's hilarious. All right, man. So I just wanted any tips that we can give the ladies to help them as
Ladies,
far
learn
as.
how to shut the fuck up sometimes.
Hey,
Can we get a
I
round of
feel like,
applause?
right,
we can clap that up.
somebody at this table had to say it.
yeah,
Just
that's
shut up
hard. That's
sometimes.
hard, and it would have only hit from you. And
would
if we
have.
would have said it, we're jerks.
We sound misogynistic
Yeah,
as fuck.
for sure,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
For sure.
But I feel like, I mean, going back to just really the basis for all this, I just think it really comes down to who you're choosing to be
Yeah.
with. You have no business being with somebody you don't respect. Like, where is this really all going in the grand scheme of things? And a lot of girls these days are with boys.
Yeah.
And they will put up with anything in the name of, I don't want to be alone, I want companionship. And they will stick around in bad company as opposed to just being alone. But then they wonder why they have problems submitting. Well, you're not submitting because he's not a real nigga. Like,
You know what I found? I feel like women are more inept to being submissive in the bedroom versus outside of it.
Absolutely.
Like,
and have no problem
like the
with
chicks
being
that are
that.
really,
oh yeah,
really
the
tough.
shit I allow during sex is wild disrespectful.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
shocked. Like, I'm like,
You
wow.
get what I'm saying?
You look back at
And
yourself and be like,
It's not even that. Just,
Right,
just the
like-
way they act outside the bedroom
Like,
and then you get in the
woo,
bedroom.
Bitch, look at you.
Yeah, yeah. I just wonder why that is. Why all of a sudden, yes and yes, daddy, and yes.
I got a
like,
question. I got an answer for you.
I know why.
Because I think that is the most primal part of a relationship, and I think that men and women default. And I'm speaking generally,
Yeah.
right? I think men and women default to what naturally they are,
When you're doing it, when
which
you're
is
having sex. Yeah.
I'ma fuck you,
Yeah.
and you gonna get fucked,
Yeah.
right? Like that. If you boil all down the soups and nuts, that's what it is. Somebody fucking and somebody getting fucked, and I think that that's the easiest, most stress-free position to be in, and within that particular silo in that relationship.
How would you explain it, Posh?
I think that a lot of times, especially nowadays, women, we were almost forced to be in an alpha position in most cases. Like, you have to go out there and get it. Like, even if you're aiming after a certain kind of guy, no guy really nowadays wants to take care of a woman. Like, they want to still see some hustle about you. Even if they take on the bills and the responsibilities and everything else, they still want to
something,
see
bitch.
that you're
Right.
doing something for yourself, right?
Fact.
So it's like when you go through this whole day of telling everybody what the fuck to do, that's literally the one that is like, please fuck me. I don't want to tell you what to do. I don't want to tell you you're doing it wrong. I'm not even putting myself in that position.
You want to
nigga.
relinquish
Like,
control.
I do.
That shit's so beautiful to me. That shit'll make me cry. The thought of that, you know, though, when a chick look me in the eye and says, "Do whatever you want with me," oh my God, bro, that shit. What do you need? What do you need done, girl? I got you.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
need
saying?
20 I need 20 bands.
I'm going to the.
You got the 20 bands? You got the 20
Hey,
bands
it's-
ready?
I'll be like, we'll see when we're done here. We got this. What follows that? You know what I'm saying? You said the right things. Now, can you do it? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Hey,
I'm gonna get to where I need to go.
hey. If my advice would be to just affirm your man, ladies. You know, I think that shows submissive when you just reassure him, affirm him, and tell him how grateful you are and how.
That's true.
You know how much you appreciate him and the things that he does in your life.
Yeah.
And I'll add a caveat: if you can do that while giving him a hand job,
Respect. Respect.
No, we laugh.
No, I'm serious. I had a homegirl.
None of us.
No, this is a true story. This is
None
a
of
true
us
story. Hand job head kind of combo.
Hand job is a nice throw into the mix.
Dog, I had a homegirl, and
I was just gonna say, just strictly a hand job.
no, spit on the head, kind of back and forth. You stupid. Yeah. Every time the dick ain't in your mouth, you have praise. You have praise. and I was talking to my homegirl, and she's married, and she's like, things ain't right. We ain't had sex in like 3 months. And she said that nigga was going on a trip to Colombia for business. And when she told me Colombia, I got nervous because I know what y'all said earlier, and I know that to be true. I called her immediately. I said, "Hey, homie, you can't let that nigga go to Colombia. It's been 3-4 months.
Drain that nut.
I said, and she says, I just don't feel like I don't feel connected. Yada yada. She just said
it don't matter because he gonna have it when he get there if she don't fuck him.
No, but like you know, just regular shit in marriage. You know I think a lot of nagging and the mundane. You left your clothes here, and you're not helping me with the kids there. Like all the little natural shit that can add up if you don't really pay attention to it. And I told her, I say, look, do this. Affirm that nigga. Praise him. Thank him. Be grateful all while you giving him some sloppy head hand job. Anytime you're not sucking, you're talking, eye contact. And I say, I bet you get a different version of him. And she said, she called me, she said, when I tell you, he has been an entirely different man.
Yeah.
So accommodating, helping with he's so motivated. I told her, you do that shit once a week, you'll never lose that nigga.
Come on.
If that nigga knows he can look for,
and fuck some hoes,
but she won't know. Don't go digging. She won't know.
And listen, and he ain't leaving. And maybe instead of fucking 6 hoes, he fucks one. My point of the matter is, he's a better man now. You know what I mean? And they in a better place.
Don't do that. You listen. Don't do that, Posh.
And dog, I told her this, and she thought it was like, she was like, dog, that's. She said that shit worked. She thanked me for that advice. And when I've been saying this shit on the show here and there, y'all bitches ain't listening. You better tighten up, get on those knees, start talking.
That's a good
praise that
thought,
dick
man.
and that man.
That's a good final thought, bro.
Hey, get on your knees, praise the dick and the man is what he said.
Hey,
go ahead, D. Final thought.
Final thoughts? Man, just listen, man. Be yourself, right? Be yourself and be what you want in a relationship is all I can say, right? I think people have unrealistic expectations of others. They have expectations that they're not willing to meet, right? So don't ask of others what you won't ask of yourself is the bottom line. And that's what it is. And if you do that, you're going to be hard pressed to have problems in your relationships. Listen, are there going to be niggas out here and women that cheat or do things in spite of all the
matter
good work
what
you put
do.
in?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I'm going to tell you something. This is a crazy story because I'm going to bring in a priest, okay?
Oh, Jesus.
But
we still want to know who hurt you.
Listen, what we're going to do is we're going to finish the story, okay? But what he told me was, right, we were working together in my job, and we were over this program, and it was a program under which people could game the system a little bit. And since I'm a hood nigga, that's how I go. I'm like, man, I know how to scam the fuck out this system, right? And you know what he told me? He was like, look, when you're doing something good for people, 20% of the people are trying to get over on you, right? They don't really need the help, or it's not what they say it is. Yeah. He said, you can't focus on that. That's the cost of doing business. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got to focus on the 80% of the motherfuckers who really need the help.
That's true.
And that's what's going to make it work for you. So what I would say is, don't focus and think about the 20% of motherfuckers who not going to do what they need to do in spite of what you do.
I was going to say, but it's kind of like 80%.
It might be. But don't do that. Don't do that.
Focus on the 20%
I
of the
agree.
goo.
I agree. It's definitely a flip.
Real clean, too.
It's definitely a flip.
The principle remains, motherfuckers.
But even that 20% makes it worth it.
My point exactly.
And if you meet the right man down the road because you keep your heart open and open to the possibility, man, it's going to all be worth it. But you close that shit off, nigga. You taking the L no matter what.
Ding, 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 motherfucker.
Yeah, for sure. I would say, man, a lot of women, when they think about submission, they think about, that this is made for a husband, or they think that their mindset needs to change for a husband. And I'll tell you one thing right now, man. There's no light switch to this shit, okay? Just because you even if you got with a man and you married a man, it's not like you just gonna be able to switch on, I'm gonna be good today. Like, let's just keep it real. So you gotta, this has to be innate, and it has to be honest with you, it doesn't matter what the situation is. I do believe that you got to put it in practice. You got to put yourself out there. Listen, everything is a gamble, like everyone said, man. It doesn't matter what you do in life. Everything is a gamble. So why not gamble on one of the most important things in life, which is going to be a relationship that's especially a lifelong one, or one of some significance. So
I'm talking about.
Shout out to that one right there, man.
That's what it is.
Hey, Brunch with the Boys. We out here. Posh, tell them where they can find you at.
The Posh Sessions on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Also, the Posh Sessions Podcast on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud.
And can we just get a little highlight on Posh's T-shirt? That shit is
move your
fire.
head, Posh. Move your Posh.
Please.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
When you say no, move your hair. No, move that all out the way. Put it to the back.
You
There
wanted
go.
to do it for it?
There you go. God made. What it say?
God- Please, you say it, Charlie.
God made me for real. Just
For a real nigga.
I know.
That's
I
what,
can
and that's
read
what
it.
we talking
dope
about
shirt.
There you
today.
go.
You should have got that in a V cut, but we'll talk about that later.
Praise Jesus.
Hey,
Praise
we
Jesus.
everywhere as well, man.
that
Shout
V-cut
out
would've been
to
fire.
all
It
the
would have been.
brunchies. Happy holidays, because we ain't gonna shoot another episode for the remainder of this year. But hey, we love you. We appreciate you. D, anything else?
Hey man, we love y'all, man. Keep listening. If you got friends,
Hey,
put them on to
and
us.
let me
Put 'em
tell
on
you,
Posh
the
as
next
well.
episode is gonna be fucking fire.
Hey, we
And
talking about
gonna-
is it sex and mimosas?
No, we ain't that sex and mimosas,
What we
nigga.
talking
We
about?
gonna talk about physical attraction and the importance of it in a relationship.
We got a good guest too.
And boy, y'all gonna hate me, ladies. And I don't give a fuck.
We know. Wrap this up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. producer.
Bible. Peace out, y'all. We love
Bye.
y'all.
Can't wait to talk that.
Yeah, coffee and brunch. We can have our conversations over coffee and brunch. Ha.